Well, how are you guys doing? Lads and lasses. It's match day again. And let's just hope we can have a better performance at the Stadium of Light than we did against Bristol City.
In the team, so I think it started a little bit slow. I know that, but just getting used to it every week. And I think the last few years I've started seasons really fast and almost tailed off a little bit. And I'm hoping that it's the opposite this year. I've started slow, and hopefully when it gets to the business end, I'm firing on all cylinders.
Well, it's interesting because everybody said at the beginning of the season when you had such a good start as a team that if you're there or thereabouts at Christmas, then you can really start realistically thinking about what might happen at the end of the season. Well, here you are, your third.
Right, how's everybody going? Let's catch up on some of the chat sheets that are waiting for me.
We said as a group, after November, it obviously wasn't the best month, not winning. But we also
your score prediction, says the Packer Andrew. I'm saying 3-0. Matt Cassip says, hello Cabby, Merry Christmas. I'm hoping for an early present with a 3-1 win to the lads. Afternoon, Mike says Packer. Mike Cassip, hello, how you doing? Donald Gabrieth, hello, he says 2-0 to Sunderland, welcome. Jack Reed says 3-0 Sunderland. Packer Andrew says 3-1 to Sunderland. Janet, hello, Janet says 3-1 as well. Isidore, Rig and Mayenda to score. We have a strong team today. All should go well, says Janet.
Tuesday night is a big point, and we said that after in the change room.
Hey?
Big point.
It should be.
It's been a really good week, but we've still got a good few games left of this month.
It's there somewhere. I'll get out the car.
Get ready for them.
Talking about recover.
2 seconds, everyone. 2 seconds.
Tuesday, he was spluttering and he was obviously ill. You can hear from your voice, you're not 100%. And I'm sure that's true of one or two others in the club. So that just shows a bit how much fortitude there is in this team to turn the game around like today.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of a bug going on the squad the last week. Like you said, Luke was in a bad way on Saturday, and fair play to him. He still turned up with Meps being suspended and put on an unbelievable display. Obviously, probably had another infection and just wasn't like.
Just an emergency. The ice cream van's arrived, and all the kids are wanting something, so I had to get my wallet.
Everybody wants to come out and play.
Oh dear. SJ, hello, says going to be a tough game. Going to have to be on our game. We have a slow start like last week and we'll get punished. We can't have a slow start. Rig Isidore, Jove scores. Janet says subs, Alessi, Ashish, Connolly, Shelby, Hume, Moore, Pavida and Rusin. Angus Brune, why is Hume being benched? Hello Cabby, how are the lads? And we will
I'm not going to mention names, but it's a
just
interesting letter.
Mute the commentary for a second while the music's on. Hume's not feeling well apparently. Well, if it's anything like he felt like me a few weeks last week, hope he gets well soon. Etienne Lemaire, hello, how you doing? Hi Cabby and all, how are the lads? Ryan Rudkin says Sunderland FC 2, going to score 2. MACKEM 73 says why is 09 right back? Etienne says 2-0 Isidore Mayenda. Craig Hunter listening and watching from Perth, Australia. Go lads. Welcome Craig. Jerry says hi Stuart, we've got to take our chances, no slow start. Hello Jerry, you alright? Hello Keith Robinson, 5-0. Well, I'll take that all day. And Ryan Jones, hello Ryan Jones. Afternoon everyone. When the ice cream van plays the music, it's time to signal they're out of ice cream. Oh dear me. We've got 67 people in the stream watching already. Thank you very much. Welcome everybody. Hope you're all well. It's absolutely been chucking it down today all day. So it's been awful weather. Get my bearings. I've had a busy week at work though, really busy. I've had 2 subscribers already. Well, thank you very much. Thank you indeed. Tommy Brandy's just posted on YouTube channel. He says 4-1 to the lads, Isidore, Rig and Roberts. I want to see Isidore get a goal. Like, I mean, he's dried up, hasn't he?
And you know, we try to come across or bring across the game, the atmosphere.
Like Gary Bennett got a bad gut there.
And to make them feel as though they're actually at the stadium, they're actually at the game themselves, and they can feel, hopefully, the emotions which we feel and bring across.
And Benno says, if you want to give us chocolates, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely right, Benno. And there's a placard display in the East Stand, picked out in red and white, SAFC.
God, that's loud, that fog on, isn't it?
It looked spectacular when I came into the stadium earlier on this afternoon, and it looks equally spectacular now as all the fans...
Right, the music's coming on. Time to mute it. Got a display on at the stadium light, and it looks absolutely amazing. SAFC on the stand I'm looking at right away across, well, on the stand where the crest is, and it does look pretty impressive. I don't know what that thing in the middle is, mind. There's only a small handful of Norwich supporters there. I'm not surprised. It's a long trek for them today. So the team is Isidore, Mayenda, Roberts, Job, Rig, Neil, Serkin, Ballard, Meffin, 09 and Patterson. Or we'll go through the sensible way. Patterson, Meffin, 09. On the right, on the left, defence is Ballard, Serkin. Neil is in midfield, attacking midfield. To the left is Job, to the right is Rig. On the wing, on the right we have Roberts. The left wing we have Mayenda, and up front, all on his lonely self, is Isidore. Lightspeed, hello Lightspeed, you alright? It's going to be another win today, 3-0. Katie Jones, hello Katie, I take 1-0 with a freak bounce off the ref's head. Get in there. Wet and windy here, says MACKEM 1973. Yeah, Rosie Laws, hello Rosie, full-time score in the Premier League earlier. Aston Villa 2, Manchester City 1. They pulled a goal back, but it wasn't enough. MACKEM 73, Pavida to come on and score winner and get injured. He'd probably get injured first and not get the chance to score, hey, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Janet says, sunshine today with a deep blue sky and snow on the ground, looking very much like Christmas. Gary Hall says, need an early Christmas present, Cabby, in a big win indeed. Yes, Rosie Laws, 4-1. Portsmouth against Coventry. How the hell did we not beat Coventry? I watched Coventry today and they were awful. Absolutely awful. How we just let them back into the game and draw 2-2 with Coventry, I do not know. Because I watched the whole game and they were very, very poor indeed.
In general? You no doubt have seen Niall Quinn is here in the building, someone who's got a big connection with the club. Just chatting to
Greg
him before,
Bucky, hello.
said
Greg Bucky, how are you doing?
The club is in a very, very good place at the minute.
SGS says, what's going on with Coventry? They've always been playing off-bound.
To be, the feeling throughout the academy.
I'll put a post on their page on Facebook saying if Coventry played like they did against us, Sunderland, they'd be challenging for Leeds and Sheffield United's second top spot. Greetings, Mark Nesbitt from a wet Kelso. I say hopefully 2-0 to the lads. And Alan Gibbons is my wife from Timmis. Play off bound.
Probably we can feel that we are sharing a whole project. It's not only the professional
Thanks a lot,
team,
Rosie. Thank you very much. We've got 22 likes already on the stream. Thank you.
And sometimes
and
you can
hit
feel
the
this
subscribe button,
and
thank
it's
you
the case right
indeed
now. So probably the team is still not in pole position to be promoted because we are still a young team, but we can feel the process and the commitment to progress, and I think it's the best way.
I'm trying to work out what the display is in the middle of SAFC. It just looks like a red mound. Excuse me.
Gary Bennett, MBE.
BBC Radio Newcastle.
Well, teams out, just shaking hands, and the stadium's pretty full this afternoon. Not many empty seats. It's going to be a good attendance. It might actually match pretty much what they tell us the attendance is later on this afternoon. There might be a bit more verisimilitude to the attendance. So Sunderland one change. It's O'Nien who comes to the trade.
Sunderland in their red and white stripes, obviously.
O'Nien,
Norwich
Mepham,
in
Ballard and Sirkin. Neil,
yellow,
Joe,
canary,
Roberts, Rigg,
green.
Mayenda and Isidore. On the bench more Hume, Kjelder, Elise, Alexic, Aushish, Poveda, Connolly and Rusin. And for Norwich City, Angus Gunn in goal. Back four, Jack Stacey, Shane Duffy, Jose Cordoba and Callum Doyle. In the middle, Emiliano Marcondes, Marcelino Nunes and Anish Ben-Slimani. And across the front, Onel Hernandez, Ante Cernach and Borja Sainz. Basically, the Norwich team is made up of a Dane, a Chilean,
fancy
a
the
Tunisian.
wife not get me an ice cream, guys. I mean, I don't know. I suppose she's thinking of me calories. I've got it on mute while wise men sing gets blasted out. Maybe it's a lump of coal, Cabby. That's 3-1 to the lads, says Gary. Hello, Carl Wingfield. Let's have a 3-1 Will Wilson and Rigg to score. Good afternoon. Ken, how are you? Hello, Julian Gonzalez. Welcome. Durham Diver, hello. This is hello, Cabby, tuning in from Florida and watching the lads on Paramount. Looks like a good crowd. I think it will be. Malcolm Thirlway, 1-1 draw, Malcolm in Oxford. So if anybody's on the chat and you're 3 or 4 minutes ahead, if you can, don't put the scores down or win the score. I know it's easier said than done when you get excited, but if you can just hold back and no spoilers if you can, because some folk are a good 2 or 3 minutes ahead, if not 4. So if you can just shh when Sunderland score the next 4 goals, you know.
And light green, and the referee Lee Doughty, who hopefully this is not an omen, was here in charge of the 2-2 draw with Coventry. And of course Sunderland were 2-0 up.
Again,
Coventry pulled it back to 2-2. The ball on the right here with
Angela
Roberts,
Coleman,
won back though by Borja Sainz, the Spaniard, who scored 16 goals this season, 15 of them in the Championship.
And I can't see
and
any
a throw,
red seats anywhere,
which
so
Callum Doyle is going to take on the left hand. Only 21 now. Of course, he was at Sunderland in the 21-22 season, and Sainz has just knocked the ball behind for a goal kick to Sunderland.
Angela Coleman, can't be back on the Cabby. It is for now. I've not yet got in touch with them.
Had a season-long loan at Coventry City,
I will definitely
and a season-long loan at Leicester City, where he didn't play that many games.
Sheffield
but he's now on a
2-0.
season loan here with Norwich City, on loan from Manchester City, of course. The ball comes right back up to Angus Gunn, who scoops the ball up in front of Wilson Isidore, rolls it down to Shane
Douglas
Duffy,
Warwick,
who plays it across to the Panamanian Jose Cordoba. Back to Duffy. And Duffy back to Cordoba, the edge of the area in the D. Closed down by Rigg, leaves it for Callum Doyle, pushing it out on the left-hand side. Marcondes, he sounds South American, he's actually a Dane. Emiliano Marcondes, a block by Rigg, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick as Doyle tried to play it out down the left wing. In the second minute then, Sunderland 0, Norwich City 0. Earlier today, Hull City beat Swansea 2-1.
Yes, Swansea lost
Sheffield
again.
Wednesday beat Stoke 2-0. Portsmouth beat Coventry 4-1. Last
Sheffield
night,
Wednesday are climbing the table.
Goal kick from Gunn. Everybody sprints upfield. It's floated up through the middle, looking for Hernandez, the Cuban.
Hello, Fiona
McLeod. A free kick for a foul on Rigg as the ball came back into the Norwich City half on the edge of the
like to go on the
centre circle.
into grief, Newcastle.
Yeah, it was sandwiched there between 2 players there.
I think it's a certain 3 points for the Mags today against
down in
Ipswich.
front of Lee Doughty, the referee all in black this afternoon. Back up on his feet now, Rigg, just trying to walk off that knock. Tapped by Mepham, the free kick to Dan Neal.
Richard Newton
on the left to Sirkin, down the line to Mayenda, cuts inside, leaves it for Joe. Joe plays it back.
You're welcome, Richard, mate. Thanks for
into his own half to
people
Dan Ballard.
Thank you very much.
Out wide again to Sirkin, back again to Ballard inside the Sunderland half. Mepham over on this right-hand side bringing it up towards the halfway line. There's a
Tommy
strong
Branley, hello,
wind
Tommy's hopes
blowing today. It doesn't seem to be affecting the pitch at the moment. All the corner flags are
Fiona
still.
says, hello, Cabby,
As the
lads
ball
and
played out to
lasses.
Sirkin again on the
Etienne
left. He's
says,
bundled
Plymouth, great
over
win
by,
last time, so
on that
Middlesbrough
far
may
side,
find it hard.
Cernak, the Croatian
Absolutely,
striker, who's playing
Fiona.
wide with Hernandez through the middle today. Rigg to Roberts at the edge of the penalty area now. Roberts dribbling in, tries a shot, takes a deflection, corner to Sunderland. First corner of the game in the 4th minute. Something exploded into the box then.
Yeah, give the ball to Roberts.
Rory McCarthy.
Rigg's going to take the corner.
Listening from
Roberts is at the
Airport,
corner of the
6:55
penalty area on the 18-yard line.
Delivery.
Enjoy,
it's all
mate.
about the quality.
And there's conditions
what
to
it
try and
needs to be.
swing the ball in
needs to be
with
better
the
corners.
wind.
We're doing it at Arsenal.
So it's just straight in. Oh, it could do. It's just poked out. There's a free kick. Foul on Angus Gunn, says the referee. For a moment, the angle the ball looked as though it was sailing into the top corner, but
good delivery.
It wasn't a bad delivery at all. Ipswich 0, Newcastle 1.
And there we go. It doesn't take Newcastle long to get off the hook.
At Ipswich this afternoon, which is on our
This is hello from Fort Lauderdale.
Doyle tries to flick the ball on down the left wing, looking for Sainz.
Once again, every time someone get a corner, it's always a free kick to the opposition.
Gets the ball somehow in towards Rigg. There's a call for handball,
makes
but
me laugh
nothing
the
from
keeper
Lee
will come up and
Doughty.
do this and do that, and then the keeper gets a little
from
nudge and it's a
Marcondes
free kick,
is
foul on the
broken
keeper.
up by Sunderland,
It's
but they
never
win it back.
50-50,
Slimani, who's on loan from Sheffield United, the Tunisian international, losing it eventually to Mayenda. Down the left, strong into the box, tries to square it, nobody there.
Too much.
Sweeps across the face of Roberts on the right edge of the penalty area and out for a throw to Norwich City.
Gary Hoyle.
He does that well, doesn't he? But then he's just got to be a little bit, composed with the cross, and
they're running out of steam, like
too
some
much on
Walker
it.
and all that.
Optimistic ball played forwards by Marcondes, goes all the way back through to Anthony
got the
Patterson,
legs
who's
that
in
they
his
used to
green.
have.
This
Lucy says, good
afternoon
morning,
plays
Cabby,
out
4-0.
to Mepham, back to Patterson. Marcondes goes to close
Julian
him down. The kick
says,
out, goes out.
Having Christmas.
To Norwich on the far side.
Well, they have
one of the red pieces of paper and a white piece of paper that was used for the display beforehand, floating about on the pitch.
And then I think
down below,
City,
a few other bits and bobs
away,
floating about in the wind as well.
United at home.
The ball back here on the left.
That's on
with Sainz, who couldn't keep it in front of Regis Lebris. And it's a throw which Luke O'Nien will take. Takes a few yards and gets it down the line, trying to get Isidore in behind
Edward,
Cordoba,
I can't turn me down and just let you listen to the commentary
now
because
to
until I get 100% permission that I'm
Marcelino
allowed to have the commentary only then, until then,
out wide
I can't risk
on the
getting
far side,
a copyright
trying to
strike
make a break down
that.
that wing. Jack Stacey checks on the halfway line, slips it inside to Nunes.
If it was up to me, I would.
To Slimani,
until I get 100% confirmation that I'm allowed to do it, then
here it's just tapped by Callum Doyle.
I would let
to
the commentary
Sainz,
say it a lot louder.
back again onto halfway to Nunes again, and a little tap back to Cordoba. Forwards to Slimani. Slimani to Callum Doyle. Looks for the gap. He finds Marcondes at the edge of the area. Slips it into Nunes in the penalty area. Into Hernandez. Sunderland managed to get the ball out, and Roberts is caught. He's left on the floor. The referees let play continue. Norwich now, as Roberts gets to his feet, tries to sprint in and tackle Sainz. Hernandez again, laying the ball off behind to Nunes, who finds Marcondes on this left-hand side, and now back to Doyle. Doyle slips the ball in again to Borja Sainz. He can't control it. And he was offside anyway. But there are worrying signs for Sunderland from Norwich in the way they're playing this ball around and finding gaps.
They look for them little runs behind, don't they? The space behind.
They're very quick. 0-0 though still. 8th minute. Sirkin bringing this ball out for Sunderland. Now with Mayenda inside the Norwich half just. Mayenda coming across the middle and rolling the ball now to O'Nien. O'Nien looks to bring it down to Roberts on the right wing. He's trying to dribble into the penalty area, tries to get away from Doyle, opens up for a little bit, little chip over the top, but just over Isidore. Back to the goalkeeper, nice move.
But Gary Bennett's on form with his size already, isn't he?
Still 0-0.
And then you're going to ask the question, why didn't he pull the trigger?
Why didn't he have a shot,
53 people on the
tried
likes
to
now,
get Isidore through.
begun his kick through the middle.
Thanks for the
it's brought
subscriber.
down well actually by Hernandez. Now he's looking for ball to Sainz. Mepham should get there in front of him. He does, whips the ball away, and now is encouraging Sainz to come to him, and then slips the ball to O'Nien, and O'Nien switches play across to the left to Sirkin, forwards to Job. Job wide on the left to Mayenda, and he's pulled down on the halfway line by Stacey.
Yeah, I think he's got a beating of Stacey, Mayenda.
But he keeps on wanting to come inside.
He wants to come inside all the time.
Job takes the free kick. Neil, or Rig, lays it off. No, it was Neil. And we'll see it out to O'Nien on the right-hand side here. Roberts just went out, slipped away from him. And it's a throw on the left inside the Norwich half to Norwich City.
So Leeds have scored already. Like I say, it's not going to take them long against
Doyle
Oxford,
with
is it?
the throw.
Lutey says, come on, boys.
Looking for some support here. Finally finds it with Nunez.
That's this rubbish blown all around the stadium of light at the minute.
He's got 3 yellow shirts around him, trying to slip it past Cordoba, who gets the better of Roberts, leaves him on the deck, plays it out to Doyle, down the line. Sainz is still deep in the Norwich half, into the middle to Marcondes, and there's a runner on the far side. It's Stacey, and it's with Slimani out to Stacey. He's just inside the Sunderland half. It comes back into the middle to Nunez, and Nunez now to Doyle again, just left of the centre circle, looking for the run of Hernandez, cut out by Mepham.
Don't blame me, Packer Andrew. Just keep doing what you're doing,
on his
mate.
shoulder.
Live stream's buffering. Have you paid for the match, DJ Dave? Is that what's buffering, is it?
White sheet of paper which nearly held the ball up. He's driven it down the left wing, looking for
Sainz is running the show.
Duffy
Everything's
is
going
there
through him.
Norwich City.
Yeah, Tony.
Now
Leeds
lifted up over the top for Sainz to try and stretch, but it's just a little bit too much of a stretch, and the ball went through to Patterson.
I think we've got to be wary of that, Nick. I think you've spoke about it, you know, them balls behind and making some very, very intelligent runs.
Hello, Dougie Stewart. You all right, mate?
Oxford 0. Here's Mayenda inside to Job. Job back to Neil at the edge of the
They're going to take
circle.
some stopping on the Leeds and Sheffield United.
Hernandez in front of him. Really Neil's taking it on down the left and slipped it down the left.
In the league, Angela
but
says.
Sirkin didn't react quick enough. I don't think he expected it, and the ball rolls past and behind for a goal kick.
Burnley 1-0 up, like I said. They're not taking long, are they?
Sunderland 0, Norwich City 0.
It's going to be typical
look
Sunderland.
At Norwich, and they've got some very, very good.
They're going to just take an age to get off the score.
Good players.
Sheet.
Well, a fair number of
thanks, Kingfisher.
Internationals in there. Cordoba's a Panama international. Nunez is a Chilean international.
Yeah,
Slimani, a Tunisian
if it gets
international. Then
if it gets too bad, Dave, try and change the server on your thingy.
Both going for the ball, and it's left Joe flat out on the pitch.
It's
not Joe, it's Ballard, sorry, Ballard.
Yes, SJ, all the suspects are usual within, you know, typical Sunderland, are just, you know,
Burnley
slow
1, Watford 0.
To get off the start. Thanks for the 2 subscribers, thank you.
He's going to get up on his feet now, Ballard.
Etienne says Bennett's size are probably recorded in advance.
Ballard down,
yeah.
Seems to be okay.
I think he'll be alright though.
I don't think there was any.
There's no maliciousness in that.
Just caught him as he went for the ball on his shoulder. Hernandez
is like putting his hands up to say it.
And,
I'm sorry about
I
that.
think the fact he stayed.
Put his arm around Ballard, make sure he's alright.
Way of apology
Ballard gets up.
His free kick. Ballard takes it, finds Neil, drives it out to Roberts on the right touchline. O'Nien's made a run. Roberts trying to slip it back for Rig. It's broken though for O'Nien on the touchline on the right. He slips it inside again to Rig, back to Mepham, and into the middle to Dan Ballard. Mayenda's wide. Here he is now on the touchline on the left. Stacey in front of him, but Mayenda plays it back to Dan Ballard on the halfway line. Now to Mepham.
Ballard is tough.
Yes,
358
in the centre circle.
Watching. Thank you, everybody.
Just playing it back to Ballard on the halfway line on the left, and he's bringing it forwards. And now looking for a gap to find Isidore.
Rico says if I had a really good striker, we'd be above Leeds and Sheffield. No, absolutely.
Who concedes the throw for Sunderland.
Once
Taken
again,
by Sirkin,
how
back to
is it at
Ballard,
the Stadium of
across
Light?
to Mepham here.
And Davey on
Mepham
the MACKEM, CABBIE and
over the halfway line. Out wide to 09, just kept it in. Borja Sainz is trying to get forwards with it now. Picked up the loose ball into the middle. Slimani whipped off him by Job. And Job turns and Slimani gets it back off him. Slimani now looking for Hernandez at the edge of the penalty area. Trying to get round 4 players. Inside then to Marcondes. Tackled by Job. Gets the ball away then from Nunez. And could get Rig on his way. Rig over the halfway line. Mayenda's on his left. He's trying to find Isidore. And it sweeps past Roberts out for a throw. Didn't quite come off. Not quite like it did against Coventry City that
needs a goal, though. He does need a goal.
I'll tell you what, excellent
it was a swift counter-attack. Good play by
Maybe
Joe.
fans were on the last night. Mad Fridays.
2 crunching tackles there.
0-0 still then in the 14th minute. Cordoba has the ball just inside the Norwich penalty area.
378. Watch if you can hit the
Cordoba again.
button if you're new.
And
much appreciated.
driven on down the left onto the head of Neil. Comes down, he gets it back actually off 09. He seems to have stretched his groin. He seems to be in a little bit of pain. Job across to Sirkin.
Jag just did. How Sunderland looked in the first 15 minutes. It's been slow, mate. It's been slow.
Trying to run this off. Here with MACKEM just into the Norwich half. Short pass forwards to Rig, who plays it back into the centre circle. He is struggling, isn't it? Oh, no, I think that was painful. Yeah. Neil back out on the left to Sirkin. And he's trying to skip around Cernak and now finds Mayenda. And Mayenda gets into the penalty area. It shows a little bit too much of it to Duffy. Nunez coming out with it and plays the ball then to Cernak. And Cernak bringing it up to the halfway line, whereas an interception from Neil to win it back. He gets it back again and then finds Mayenda. He stumbles slightly on the ball. He couldn't quite control it. It's given Cernak time to come back and get the ball off him. Slips it into Nunez, and Nunez now bringing this forwards for Norwich City in their
not big,
yellow
not fast, not strong.
He's offside. He's offside.
Played on to Hernandez. The flag has stayed down. That stayed up.
Do you know what,
waited
Nick?
And waited and waited, and then finally put the flag up.
Sunderland are lucky, because if he would have not have gone for the ball, whoever is following him up was onside. He was offside.
Yes, you're right.
It was a good 1-2.
They are quick.
Colin made yellow. Colin, come on.
If he would have left
the ball,
Sainz would have been
fans would have been
in. You won't be disappointed. Thanks, Colin. I hope you're all right. Cheers for tuning in. This is
0-0.
It's our game of 2 halves.
Gust of wind blows a
half.
black sack through the 6-yard box of Angus Gunn.
He just
momentarily took his eye off the game to see what looks like a black ghost sweeping past him down the tunnel away to our right. Throw for Norwich City on the far side, over Job's head, and now picked up by Neil. Puts his right foot through it, goes out for a throw to Norwich on the left, 10 yards from the corner flag on the left-hand side. 0-0. 16th minute here at the Stadium of Light, live on BBC Radio Newcastle. It'll be live Boxing Day, 3 o'clock, of course. It's Blackburn Rovers
like waiting for
away at Ewood Park.
It is. Thanks, Stephen
7,000 Sunderland fans getting up early to make that journey. Be a few sleeping on the buses. Neil down the right to Roberts. Roberts dribbling past Doyle, gets the cross in to Cordoba though, who plays it out to Sainz, who just runs into O'Nien. Roberts tries to get the ball, flicked it past Doyle, but Doyle slid in, knocks it out for a throw. O'Nien takes this, finds Dan Neil, a man on, shouts the crowd. It was Hernandez who gets it to MACKEM and into the centre circle to Ballard. Brings it forwards.
411 now in tune. Thanks everybody who's tuning in so
leaving it
far.
now behind it to Ballard.
And thanks for the subscriber.
You hear the wind on the roof here above us, blowing much more strongly now. O'Nien down the right wing with Roberts. Roberts cutting inside. Doyle stabbing at him, but the play back to O'Nien.
Very disjointed from us at the
along
minute,
the halfway line, playing it to Ballard. Ballard bringing it forwards now into the Norwich half again, and then wide on the left to Mayenda. Mayenda slips it into Job. It's spun up off his boot in the air, drops down through the centre, played back behind Callum Doyle, and Doyle closed down by Roberts, manages to get the ball clear up over the halfway line. Mepham is there to tidy up for
Angela says, a
Sunderland.
friend of mine was waiting for a bus and it was very
swirls
late,
around the pitch.
so decided to look the other way
Ballard.
and count to 10.
Forwards to
Bus went
Neil,
straight
back
past.
to Mepham.
Getting stronger.
Let's blame the
Strong,
wind
yeah,
for a slow start.
unquestionably.
Says
And the ball
SJ.
played through. Cordoba
says Curry.
hooks it away from Isidore. It's in the air, bounces high, and a battle between Marcondes and Rigg. And Rigg is the player penalised by Lee Doughting. Free kick to Norwich City, who
Why
are
is it
home
so
to
hard going at the
Millwall
stadium
on
of light so far
Boxing Day.
for Sunderland?
Doyle, there's another red sheet of paper blows across the middle of the pitch. Cordoba to Duffy. Nunez now slips it on to Cernak, across to Slimani, plays it back to Angus Gunn, who comes out to the corner of his penalty area on the right-hand side. 19th minute, 0-0. Cordoba again.
Huge red
Jose
bag,
Cordoba.
plastic bag blows
Signed
across
from
the pitch at the minute.
Levski Sofia in Bulgaria in the summer. Now on to Slimani. Back to Duffy.
Good spell from Norwich City
Everton,
this, mind.
Blackburn, Brighton and Fulham centre half. Doyle on the left, slipping it through to Sainz again, just in the Sunderland half. He's got two on him and loses the ball to Mepham, who slips it away from Hernandez back to Patterson.
It hasn't took long
Has
for
to be
Burnley
quick
and Leeds
because
to get
Hernandez
off
went
the
to
mark.
close him down, driven out straight
Sunderland
to
yet
Stacey on
again.
the right. Mayenda trying to win it back.
Putting that on hold.
Norwich have kept
Is Henderson
the
coming back,
ball.
Carl?
Nunez,
Oops, I'm not too
Slimani,
sure at the
and
minute.
now Doyle again in the centre circle. Forwards to Sainz, who
Julian
leaves
says
it again
it's
for
a little
Doyle
bit
on the
cold
left.
with a t-shirt in it,
And
Cabbie. Got the heater on
then
it.
back to
Nice and warm.
Nunez. Swings a ball wide right over Jack Stacey's head, out for a throw to Sunderland on the left. Nearly 20 minutes played, 0-0. Been half chances, no clear-cut chances yet. But certainly Norwich do have a threat.
They do. Joe is looking for that ball.
Well,
what
every
breaks
team
the
has
line,
a
aren't
threat
they?
who we
Yeah.
play, though, doesn't it? It doesn't matter who we play,
Cernak
who
putting it
the
into the box again, and they
opposition
make another breakthrough in here, and
Great
Patterson
save.
makes a very good save.
Cheers,
Spins away
Kingfisher.
off his outstretched hands. There's a shot just in from the right-hand side of the, almost the corner of the 6-yard box. Just trying to see exactly who it was who took the shot.
You can't
That was
underestimate him,
Marcondes
can
who
you?
took it. It's a corner to Norwich. So yeah, they
Hello,
are very
Tyler.
quick
You
in
alright,
just on
mate?
that last
Clever.
ball.
Northallerton
Clever,
Mackem
yeah.
says, good afternoon, Cabbie. I'm sat with two mags who have a dodgy link to their game. I need
So
something to
the
cheer.
corner's left
However,
for
lads.
Nunez now to take.
Well, I hope I do give you
Taken
something
short,
to cheer.
swung in towards the far post. Cordoba's going for it, and it's headed at the keeper, and then smashed in. Slimani, I think it is, who smashed it in with his left
Well,
foot.
there we go.
They just couldn't get it clear,
Another
Sunderland.
slow start for
And
Sunderland.
despite a save on the line by Patterson, Slimani just took advantage and smashed it past him in the 21st minute.
Yeah. Tell you what it was, Nick. It was a well-worked free set piece from him. We've switched off. You know, we only send one out. Great delivery in, then the header, and then again. I think over the last 2 or 3 weeks, our reaction from set plays have been poor.
Stadium light at the minute, it's unbelievable.
Well, that was poor again. They conceded to a set piece at Swansea last week, early doors. 21st minute
Keep running,
now,
Preston
short
won.
corner, not cleared. The first attempt blocked on the line by
Blocked
Patterson.
again.
And it's Slimani then 4
We've
yards
just
out,
not
just
woken
drove
up
it
at all.
in. The ball
We have
floated
just
into the far
not
post.
woken up
Cordoba's headed
whatsoever.
down. Slimani's first header was saved by Patterson. And Sunderland have to come from behind.
Yeah, game on.
Just a simple smash in from close, that like.
Certainly is. They've got to come from behind again, as they did last week.
Defending's awful, like. Absolutely, Brian. We're sitting back
Need
again.
a reaction now. Ebbsfleet 0, Gateshead 1.
But we didn't
Here's
panic, did we?
Roberts, corner of the
When we were
penalty
2-0 down
area
against
in the
Preston, against,
Norwich box. And he's tackled, goes
Preston,
down very easily, with no appeal or anything. There was never a foul. And now Norwich trying
Dennis
to work
is
it
laughing
out
my
here
head
down the
off.
left wing.
Nat Angela, I'm better cook than
And,
Delia.
The ball out on the left. Nunez back to Cordoba, back to the goalkeeper to
Well, if we don't wake up and do something, then it's going to be a hard game.
And now free kick for a foul on Hernandez.
I've got to say that, you know, Norwich look bright, don't they?
They do.
You know, they do look bright. They move the ball very well. They've got good movement.
I'm just going on some of the comments on social media to that goal. Crap again, says Craig. Just let them score another and come back 3-2, eh? What bugs me is we never seem to crack shots outside the box. Always let's walk it in. Tippy-tappy.
2 away wins
some
this
wind
season.
There, you know,
Earlier in the
for
season.
120 mile an hour
Coventry
shot.
and Derby.
Paul says being so
QPR
predictable going forward is not helping. Give the ball to Wilson, FFS. And John Williams says, here we go again, giving teams a head start.
Goal is knocked down at the right-hand post, and they're looking to try and break again, Norwich, but it's broken up by Sunderland. And eventually the ball rolls out for a throw to Norwich on the right wing, just short of the halfway line.
We'll have to come back against this, Dougie. Yeah, people think we're just going to beat them easy. Knew it was going to be a tough game. Well, everything's going to be tough, SG, everything. Every game.
It's back with Cordoba.
Dan says, come on, lads. Janet, we'll come back, have no fear. Defending from corners is a disgrace, says Rooster.
And he's played it back to Cordoba, just outside the Norwich penalty area. Back to Angus Gunn, who's in sort of
Shields, one Marine, Neil Gary, getting beat off Alan Partridge FC.
Goalkeeping jersey, black sleeves underneath and black shorts.
And Julian says they have a decent team with Borja.
Throw to Sunderland on the right. Luco Nine's going to take this.
It's
just a
difficult game.
10 yards down from Johannes Hoff-Torp, the 35-year-old Danish coach.
Matty Collins says 2-1 to Sunderland. Where the lads? Well, we need to do something.
The centre circle to Sirkin.
Sirkin
down the line again to Mayenda. He cuts inside again and then leaves it for Job. Job now turning in front of Nunez and back out to Sirkin on the left. Sirkin crosses. Roberts is the target, but it's drifted behind.
So is this what it's going to be, that we're just going to have to wait until the second half before we see Sunderland play? Is this what we're having to do? We're going to ride out the storm.
Questions about plan B, don't you? You know, trying to find a different way to breaking Norwich down.
Angus Gunn, both centre-backs either side of him. Looks like he's going to drive this one upfield, which he does.
And we've done absolutely nothing.
Onto the head of Mepham. Now Neil in the centre circle. Job under pressure from Slimani, gets the ball back behind him. And again, you can hear that wind blowing. It's come back to Patterson. And Patterson plays it out straight onto the head of Callum Doyle. Down the left to Sainz, into the middle. Slimani laying it off to Nunez, who shoots from quite a way out, just over the bar.
Subscriber, thank you.
Goal kick to Sunderland.
You just look at Norwich, they look confident, don't they, the way they're moving the ball. They've got good movement.
Yeah, and that little burst of pace they've got around the penalty area.
It looks men against boys up there, like what I'm watching, the way Norwich are knocking the ball about.
Patterson not held up by the wind, suggests the wind's with him in the first half. Neil nodding it down to Job, the edge of the centre circle, and back to Ballard. Ballard, we're in the 27th minute, Norwich leading 1-0. Here's Mepham.
Just what's happened to Sunderland coming out
Job,
and just going off.
Job trying to get away from Cernak, and gives the ball away to Marcondes. Sainz now making a burst through the middle, and he's tripped. Well, not tripped. Great tackle by Job at the edge of the area. Took the ball sweetly away.
Says Lebrie has to train us in defending against set pieces.
Rig to find Job again, and Job out to Mayenda on the left wing. He's cutting forwards, trying to push it down past Stacey, who gets the ball off him easily and makes a block Mayenda, but it's a throw.
It was the fact that the ball was bobbling around again in the box.
On the other side of it from Norwich as well, they're closing down, they're pressing high up, aren't they?
And get a challenge in.
Well, they're executing their game plan very well, Norwich. Because even better because they've gone one up. And this throw 10 yards from the corner, down the right touchline. Job nods it forwards. It rolled past Rig. It goes back out to Mayenda on the left touchline. Stacey wins it back off him. Inside now, Slimani. Nunez back to the Tunisian.
So
he plays it into the middle to Cordoba. Gets away from Roberts, out to Stacey on the right wing, who drove it at forward. It came back off a Sunderland player into the middle, and one back by Nunez. Leaves it now for Doyle, out to Sainz on this left wing, halfway inside the Sunderland half. Doyle on the overlap.
Far too slow,
Sainz taking it into the penalty area, but then showed a bit too much of it to MACKEM.
This is where we need to break.
Rig, who just strides away.
You know, we need to break.
But why though?
He's cut across the middle, Rig. Finds Sirkin. And Sirkin over the halfway line. And home fans not particularly impressed by Sainz going down and just making a bit much of that challenge. 09 out to Roberts on this right-hand side, 29th minute. Roberts inside again to Rig. Back to Roberts into the middle to Dan Neil in the centre, encouraged to shoot, and he lays it off to Sirkin, and then Miyenda. And Miyenda trying to cut in.
At any moment, you wouldn't think Brian Sunderland are at home.
And then off Isidore for a corner, off the defenders. Isidore trying to win it.
This is what I don't understand.
A second Sunderland corner.
How are you doing, Andy? You're going down,
this week
Bob.
about being clinical. Dan Neil was clinical with his shot last week at Swansea, but you can never predict when someone's going to be clinical. He said if only you could actually identify trying to be clinical with it, that they need to be that with these chances that they're creating. The wind blowing strongly over on that left-hand side for Luke 09, who's going to take the corner kick. In fact, it's just blown the ball off the
Rosie says I'm just
quadrant.
trying to keep the faith in this game. I believe,
something off it,
Janet.
especially with the wind.
He's curled it into the 6-yard box. Duffy heads it out. A chase back here for Rig. He's got two Norwich players closing him down. He plays it into the middle to Dan Neil. Plays a shortish pass forwards to Sirkin on the left. Sirkin trying to shake off Slimani. Out wide to 09, who's still out wide on the left.
Movement.
Plays it inside to Neil. Neil.
David's awful.
Just holding it for the moment.
I spotted some the other day, Angela.
MACKEM. MACKEM just pushing it on and then squaring it again to Dan Neil. Taking it on, looking for that run of Sirkin. It breaks for Miyenda in the penalty area. Miyenda trying to square it, blocked by a defender, then hooked clear by Slimani. Back up over the halfway line to Patterson. Just wouldn't fall for Sunderland then. Too many yellow shirts back in the
people liking the
Norwich penalty area.
Again, why did he take it wide?
Now with 09 on the right, he puts his hands up against Sainz. Sainz made a real meal of it in front of his manager, his coach, and the referee's blown for the free kick. Unquestionably, 09 did have his hand up, but Borges Sainz has made an absolute theatre over that. Players have all come across this near side. Sainz is still playing the woe is me card.
There's no wrong with you, man, for God's sake.
What's Lee Doughty going to do here?
He hasn't got a clue.
I just watched it again. He did swing his hand around. His hand just caught his face, but that was all. Now, what is the referee going to do here? I think the reaction just before Sainz, we mentioned it, playing it up a bit when he was tackled at the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, and that's not led, I think, to much sympathy for him here.
He went like that with his arm.
Certainly the Sunderland fans. The referee has got Dan Neil,
Norwich player rolled around about 50 times on the
and Shane Duffy with him, the two captains and the two involved in the incident. The referee's holding the ball and he's coming back across this near side. He's having a word with Callum Doyle, giving him the ball, and it's going to be a free kick to Norwich City. No further action.
Oh, we're lacking a good striker. Give the dog a ball and white
Lee
Doughty
saw it for what it was, really.
Mostly punch shots and not catch them
here
anymore.
Is
Ipswich nil Newcastle 2.
Clear from the free kick.
3 points for them out.
And you can see that they've swapped sides, haven't they?
Yeah, which is a rarity. Ipswich nil Newcastle 2. Roberts on the left now, Miyenda on the right. Roberts drifting through, ghosting through, pass 1, pass 2, into the penalty area, squaring it.
Oh, he's got
offside.
A score. Offside.
Isidore on the 6-yard line, offside. He swung his foot at it, but he couldn't get any.
Sitting room erupts Northallerton.
He couldn't get on the end of the ball anyway, but he would have been offside if he put that away. Lovely run from Roberts.
Yeah, on that left-hand side. You know, it's something which we spoke about for weeks, haven't we?
Yeah, just try something different. And you
try
were saying
something different.
10 minutes ago tried something different.
As long as it
33rd
just
minute,
stays 1-0,
Norwich still leading 1-0.
we're in it.
Slimani's goal in
I'm
the
not panicking at all.
21st minute from 4 yards. Gunn with the kick, it hangs it, caught in the air, drops in the centre circle, calls for handball, play goes on, and now Norwich again looking to break on this left-hand side with Hernandez back onto halfway. Callum Doyle, Doyle back to Cordoba, Cordoba to Duffy.
Hello, Billy Fly.
32-year-old
how are we doing? Complaining
Irish
about
international, 61 caps.
We've
very,
been
very
poor, Billy.
experienced. Back to
Very,
Cordoba.
very slow start.
And
not much
closed down by
Sunderland have got off
Isidore.
coming
Comes
forward.
off Isidore in that press. Back to Dan Neil, now to Mienda on the right-hand side. Mienda taking on Doyle, running at him in the penalty area, down the right of the box, squares it again.
Oh, great ball.
But it's hooked away by Stacey. To Dan Neil on the right. It's loose. Breaks for a free kick for a foul on Marcondes.
Julia Isidore's getting crap, mate.
Referee pulls it back.
Until we get one. Cheers, Kingfisher.
Here after Hernandez then
on.
Looking to try and get away. Marcondes picking himself up.
I'm in Spain for a week. Can't find the
you look at
Mienda
there. He's done very, very good there, and he's pulled it back into a great position.
Yeah,
but we've got no men arriving.
It's not been the best for Sunderland.
So 1-0 still to Norwich. Free kick to the Canaries back inside the Norwich half. 35th minute. Callum Doyle will take this.
So far Norwich wanting it more.
Slips it back to Cordoba. Cross to Duffy. Forwards to Slimani. Job on his shoulder. Comes back to Cordoba.
I think
back
it's a lot
again.
better now that they've got a press.
Gunn.
Plenty time.
Who kicks up over the halfway line just. Ballard heads it on. Job.
Donald says, can we just play away every game? We play better away from
Ballard
home.
again. Ballard in the middle of his own half. Forwards to Dan Neil. Neil up onto the halfway line, then slipping it through past Joe. Back to Stacey. Back again to the goalkeeper. Out to
Lee
Nunes,
says the two wingers have been dreadful,
middle,
constantly giving the ball back to Norwich.
The left, Slimani. Doyle's just a couple of yards to his left. Doyle out to Sainz on the touchline. Plays it back to Doyle.
102
Doyle
likes, thank
back
you.
again to Cordoba. Slips it on forwards to Nunes.
I think
Nunes
Doyle
under
was on
pressure
loan,
from
yeah.
Neil. Back to the goalkeeper.
Good player.
Edge of his 6-yard box. Slipped as he got the ball clear, but he did get it clear. And it's gone out for a throw to Sunderland on the left on halfway. BBC
Norwich are
Radio
just
Newcastle.
playing with
Sunderland
more confidence. They're passing
Norwich
the ball
City
around. They're doing
1.
nice little sort of
Ball
showboat
back with Ballard
passes.
from the throw,
Their confidence
bringing
is
this
right
up
up.
through the centre.
They're in control of this game so far, Norwich, without a doubt.
That wind gusting again.
They're comfortable. Norwich
Mepham
City are so comfortable at the moment.
Coming towards the right, up to halfway.
And they're enjoying themselves.
Out
and
to
why wouldn't
09
they?
on the
They're 1-0
touchline
up
in
at
front of
the
Regis
Stadium of
Lebris.
Lights, and they're in
He plays it
control.
back under
Thanks for
pressure
the
from Sainz
subscriber.
to
Thank you.
Patterson, who's outside his penalty area. And Patterson
There's no
kicks
easy
it
games at all,
up
Gary.
to
No.
Mienda, just in front of the
Regis
Norwich
Lebris
coach.
just stands with his
Ball
arms
put out by
in his
Doyle for a
pockets.
throw to Sunderland, just inside the Norwich half.
As the rain starts to
O'Neill
fall again here in
forwards to
Carlisle.
Take this. 10 yards inside the Norwich half. Across comes Dan Neil, but he goes back to Mepham, and Mepham back to Patterson. The edge of the Sunderland
We
penalty
do seem
area.
to be tense at
Driven
home.
straight out to Cernak, but he lost control of it, and Ballard gets it to Sirkin, but Cernak's trying to get it back off Sirkin, who he fouls, and it's a free
It's
kick
like,
to Sunderland.
because it's so quiet
on
at
the
the
left
stadium,
wing,
like
back
it's
to
nervy.
Ballard.
It's like it affects
Ballard
the team when we're at
forwards
home.
to Dan Neil. Neil now driving it over to this right wing, looking for Mienda, headed on by Doyle though, in the air from 09 and out for a throw to Norwich. There's a sigh then from you.
USMC biggest win was 4-0 against Sheffield Wednesday.
Or is it merely that?
DJ Dave reckons we need an equaliser for half
you know,
time.
when you get your
can't see
goalkeeper
where the goal's
who,
coming from at the
shall we
minute,
say, at the present
Dave.
moment, his kicking isn't the best. It puts you under a little bit of pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's not helped in this wind either, is it? On halfway, Slimani puts the ball back to Duffy. Through again to Slimani in the centre circle, holds off Job, looking for Stacey's run down the right wing, and he just couldn't keep
Thanks
it in.
for the subscriber,
A yard
thank
or
you.
two up from the corner flag. And it's a throw to Sunderland. which Sirkin, still with his right wrist bandaged, is going to take for Sunderland. Ballard's
we need to
there.
shake things
Dan
up
Neal's
second half, like
well.
change things around. Get the first
Sirkin,
lads and the second will come.
Hands above his head, eventually takes the throw down the line, looking for Job.
They've not created much, Norwich. They're
to
just
Sirkin and back out.
Passing the ball
and,
around
Isidore trying to take it out. It looked like it had gone out, but it's eventually gone off a Norwich player for a throw to Sunderland.
But Sunderland have
just need to raise the tempo.
Nothing at all. Gary Bennett just said we need to raise the tempo, but definitely.
Job back to Mepham. O'Nien.
They're working very hard.
Watford fan, hello Watford fan.
Sainz out on the touchline, trying to chip it over
Meyender's
head.
It's a beautiful,
Sainz working
beautiful city.
to try and get it into O'Nien. It just pushes him over.
Lovely beach.
It's going to be a yellow card for O'Nien without question.
I tell you, he's got to be careful.
That was just O'Nien, actually. That's the only way to describe it.
But it doesn't do the team any good.
No. Two hands just pushed him over.
You know, he's on a yellow now. You know,
and I'm just going to give a shout out as well to Joe Skillcorn, living in Greytown, New Zealand, on his 90th birthday on the 22nd. So a big shout out to Joe Skillcorn, living in Greytown, New Zealand, on his 90th birthday coming up.
To the goalkeeper, Isidore went to try and press, played out to Cordoba, and then away down the left, and Dan Neal's caught Nunes.
Tell you what, they're doing well, don't they? They play out well.
Yeah. Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 1.
Plymouth 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Home for Brentford, where they're very, very strong. Doyle
gets
away from Meyenda.
You've got to be stronger than
down
that.
The left wing. Forwards now to Hernandez. Mepham's gone with him.
So when you come up
back
north,
to Doyle
Watford, don't
behind him,
forget
and
your
he
win
slips
factor.
it away past Mepham to Hernandez into the penalty area. Now trying to pull it back. Neal puts it behind for the corner. They are a real threat when they get into that rhythm.
They are asking questions.
Plymouth 1, Middlesbrough 0. And a corner from the left again, and it was a short corner last time. It led to a goal.
It was well worked.
So what will the routine be?
If we concede from another corner, someone needs a kick in the balls.
Norwich City.
I see Sunderland by Cab Watford fan.
Nunes.
Angela, I went to Manchester once, and it's now called Greater Manchester. Now, great about
We've got everyone back.
As the Sunderland fans are streaming for the exits to get their half-time bovrils and pies and whatnot. They've had enough this first half.
Here's Nunes then.
They want to go and get a warm drink, I think.
Duffy trying to head it into the 6-yard box, and they're looking for a handball here.
Packet, it is painful.
He was looking at the line.
2 minutes to go.
Across. The ball's not been cleared yet. It's been recycled into the penalty area. Duffy heading it down across the 18-yard line. Doyle trying to get on the end of it, but fouling Meyenda in the end. A free kick to Sunderland, but they're not comfortable with these set pieces, Sunderland, dealing with them as a defence. And the ball is whipped out. It's gone up to Isidore. Cordoba pushes him over.
One of the good things I can say is we've got the second half,
and then Cordoba pushed over by Isidore.
Second half, and we're only 1-0 down. That's the positives I'm holding on to.
It's getting a bit niggly, this.
It's getting a bit niggly. And
yellow card for Isidore.
Another yellow card.
Cordoba.
And Cordoba, yeah.
Oh, and one of our players as well.
It's getting a bit niggly. And you know, going back to the last set piece, you know, I mentioned there was 3 players on the edge of the box.
Why did
they've got a goalkeeper, so they've only got 7 in the box. We've got 11, yet they still win the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally agree with you, Andy. I totally agree. There's a long way to go for that.
So free kick wide on the right, halfway inside the Norwich half. O'Nien's going to take it. And
Durham Diver says Luke 49 needs to watch
delivery.
himself that
Roberts
is
jogs away.
Can see a red card
O'Nien curls it to the 18-yard line. It bobbles
bobbles
in the wind a bit actually, and then it's hooked clear by Norwich, back up over the halfway line, and Dan Neal there to put it back to Patterson.
He's had his chances,
passes it back out
really
again to Neal. Neal drives it when it comes off the back of a Norwich player. It's an offside Sainz.
Doug B says stepped in this morning. Sound like I should have.
A little bit fortunate there as well. 43rd minute, Sunderland 0, Norwich City 1.
Totally
1,
agree
Gateshead
with what
2
there.
in the National League. Ballard bringing this forwards. into
Thanks
the
for the subscriber,
Norwich
thank
half,
you.
leaving it for Roberts, who's back over on the left-hand side.
Sheffield United are miles away from being a
on the
Prem
halfway
side as
line.
well,
Neil in
and
the
look how
centre
much
circle,
they're
looking
bossing
for
this
Mayenda.
league. You think they'll
And,
not come back
well, it was
down?
a harsh ball played at him. He headed it back inside, and Doyle's
getting
got it
bigger
for
though, isn't it, between
Norwich,
the
but
Championship
loses
and the
it.
Premier League.
Mayenda trying to get away. Marcondes is fouled. And it's a free kick to Norwich.
Big groan from the stadium.
Who will be more than happy with this.
A big groan.
They're actually fist pumping each other.
Chris Smith says,
A
"Man,
little triangle down below for this free kick, which Doyle is going to take. 2 minutes till the 45. And Norwich leading through that 21st minute Slimani goal. Doyle driving it up the left wing, headed away by MACKEM. O'Nien battles with Marcondes, comes away with the ball, just drives it down the right. Cordoba cuts it out, comes off him for a throw to Sunderland.
This is painful.
And Rigg is across quickly to take
So
the throw. He's
are
going to
we
leave it for
only
O'Nien.
capable of playing 45
He jogs down the
minutes
touch. In fact, he
worth
doesn't
of
in the end.
football?
O'Nien reaches him, and Rigg just threw it back to MACKEM.
Are we only capable of
MACKEM
playing 45
into the centre
minutes?
circle to Ballard, and now Sirkin and Roberts. Nice ball played on to Sirkin, back to Roberts. Roberts in the central midfield area, swings the ball across to the right to Mayenda, who controlled it nicely and is trying to cut inside now. Comes off the foot of Sainz. Sainz now, he needs some support. Having to hold it in the middle. Mayenda trying to get it back off him, but Sainz eventually gets it across to Stacey. Closed down by Roberts. Stacey tries to just swing it up towards the halfway line to Cernak, and it eventually goes out for a throw to Norwich on the right in this last minute of the 45. Norwich leading 1-0. We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle. Back to Angus Gunn, the goalkeeper.
Hopefully he can't play any worse.
Closed down by Isidore.
Just simply can't.
Out to Cordoba. Gunn's not actually had a save to make yet.
Should have words with signs.
Cordoba on the left.
Julian says, "I'm hungry." Mealtime
picks himself up. Cordoba has it again. Back to the goalkeeper. And Gunn playing it across the penalty area. Duffy out to Nunez. Isidore slid in, trying to get the ball. Stacey knocks it past Joe, but Joe put him off. Sirkin has it. Now has to work for this on the touchline, but Stacey has won it back off him. We've played the 45. We're going to get a minute added on. Into that minute now, and Doyle in the middle.
Sigh there when there's a minute added on.
Swings it up to Luke O'Nien. It's on halfway now with Neil. Back to O'Nien. O'Nien through to Mayenda. Mayenda driving on into the penalty area, and he goes down, and the referee's just looked and doesn't even make a move to wave it away with his hands. Was never going to give that penalty. It's a throw to Sunderland on the right with 20 seconds of the minute left. Mayenda bursting into the penalty area, but overly optimistic if he thought he was going to win a penalty.
I will give you a tink.
Drives it back across the middle. Sirkin out to Roberts. 10 seconds of the minimum minute left. Roberts leaves it for Sirkin on the left-hand side. And then back to Roberts again. Roberts crosses, looking for Isidore. Cordoba got it out. Rigg nods it down to Mayenda on the right. We're into the second minute of added time. The cross swung into Roberts, takes a deflection, and it is it.
And how
half time.
Listen,
went behind. It could have been a corner actually, but it's gone out, and the whistle's blown, and the teams leave the pitch at half time with Norwich leading 1-0.
Hi, MACKEM, CABBIE 24/7 looking
Norwich
for
some credit because they've come with a game plan and executed it very well.
Yeah, the game plan they've come with, you know, they've gotten the ball, they've got good movement, they're bright, and at times you've got to say sometimes they're playing with a better tempo than Sunderland. You know.
Well, we're just going to mute that while the half time's on. We need to have more shots second half. Anyone know how to change nickname on here, please? Angela Coleman. Yeah, Newcastle are making light work of Ipswich, aren't they? Well, I tell you what, it's just very, very similar to the Swansea game, one you have not scored. So let's go to the socials, half time. Adrian says officials are dire, but we are just as bad. Mayenda has the touch of an elephant. Colin says hope second half is better for us. Well, it just simply has to be, doesn't it? Paul Fox says, how about for once we play two up top? Too many passengers, says Mark. Meander needs dragged off immediately, says Stephen. So, a lot of people saying Meander. Sarshaw says, too predictable side to side. We never go through the middle. Need to utilise our squad players. Our squad players like Alisic, Ashish, and even Dewey, who can offer us something different. Same faces, same style, boring to watch. Well, it was the first half, wasn't it? Oh dear, 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 dear. Yes, hope you're enjoying your dancing then, Andy. Da, 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 da. Yes, Andy there, the owner of the Blue Oyster Bar in Brooklyn. Durham Diver says, we all need a rocket up there. Arses again at half time. Frustrating game. Fancy second half comeback like last week. US says, too many penalty chances wasted from dumb ass refs. That's why the AFL Championship needs VAR. Gary Hoyle says, Ebbsfleet Nilgate said 2. Keith Hutton from South Africa, we will come back second half. We've got to. Ed Cullian says, Meander looked disinterested in last match. Give Pavida a crack. Hello? Oh, sorry, I don't work weekends, darling. Only Monday to Friday. No problem. Good luck. Alright. People ringing me for taxis. Can you believe that? No, I'm off.
Second, guys.
These are not good as well. We need to bet wrong. No, they're not special. Hello, Cabbie mate. We're not playing the best. Far from it, Bran. Shields 2, Marine 0. Packer says, here we go again. We fell asleep yet again, and it's not fair. Our son in the first half was rubbish. US says, does anyone agree with me that the AFL Championship needs video assisted referee? It does, because I think they're terrified of giving penalties, the refs in this division. Nothing gets in the way of Sunderland streaming, says Ed. No bonus for Cabbie, Angela, says her. 2-1 win. You have to go into your settings, Angela, and you can change your name on there. Going to do the dishes, be back for the second, okay. Michael Atkinson says, I think Lebris has been excellent. However, I do level one criticism at him that he doesn't rest players. Uli Cleed could do with refreshing up. Maybe he doesn't think the fringe players are decent. I know. Team Tartlebury, let's do another comeback again, guys. Hello. Did you enjoy that? French fries and Yorkshire puddings. So back with some more comments. Brian Gaming 2 says we shouldn't have to rely on comebacks with the talent we have in the team. We give them a head start, that's all, says Ed. D Hall says Angela Coleman, top right pull down menu where you can log out, click view your channel, then customize your channel, scroll down to the handle. Jack Reed says plenty of talent in the team, we need a stronger bench come January, and I do agree with you because it's injuries that knocks us all the time. Brand says wish we were given a head start. Janet says don't shoot me, this is a quote from BBC site, Sunderland are the only side in the championship so far this season yet to concede a goal from a corner. Ed says Isidore is off form lately, could Connolly step up please? Well, I would drop Isidore if he carries on just the way he's going at the moment. He's just not doing a thing. Hopefully early subs, says Janet. Ed says bring on the whole bench. Doug says, good joke, Janet. Brian Gaiman says, if only Watson wasn't injured. Yeah, now that's a good point, man. We are, once again, injuries, innit? Injuries, injuries, injuries. Just bite Sunderland in the cahoolies. Definitely give Connolly a run out if Isidore doesn't get into the game. Mundell's a massive miss, Jack. I think we'll come back and win the second half. We hope so, Rosie. US says, we desperately need Jack Clark back with us. We are dropping a lot of points against lower standing teams, especially seems to be at home. I just want injury-free Sunderland to see what we are capable of, says Kingfisher. I hope you are right, Rosie. We just seem to get injuries every single time we play.
Division.
Well, I'm not panicking as yet. Far from it, I'm not panicking as yet. Because there is a long way to go to Tipperary.
Yeah, just I think if we carry on like this second half, you know, we very well could win it, and it'd be really good to get a result against Vale. But it's one of them, innit, where it's like if you lose, I don't think anyone's going to be fuming, because we've got some games coming up that are probably a bit bigger than this, with MACKEM and MACKEM, etc. So maybe save ourselves for that. But if we can get a result today, I'd be glad.
What's everyone's thoughts on the lineup today? Personally, for me, I mean, I don't know what the squad selection is, because obviously people could be injured and that. I personally don't see the point in playing Barkley. I'm not impressed at all with Armstrong. Like he seems such a like Harrison Neal as well. I think it was James Phillips said.
SGS says, we've lost this one. Too slow getting out muscled, not taking our chances. Crap at set pieces, crap at defending. Well, let's just hope we come out second half like we did against Swansea. Just like the head starts we give Plymouth, Leeds and their fans were crap. Plenty of good managers in this chat, says Jeff. We leave whoever is playing as a striker. We're too isolated.
Not just in Carlisle, like the whole EFL, you look at some players, think, how the fuck are you actually a professional footballer? Like genuinely, there's lads I know that, like I'm not gonna say, oh, myself, like there's lads that I know that are actually genuinely better than some of these players. I know, and you think if they're training, if you were training as much as they train, fucking hell, you know,
you think they'd have a bit more gas tank, like?
Yeah, I'd rather have Kelly over Armstrong. I feel like Kelly's got a bit of fight about him, like a bit more like.
I'd rather have neither of them.
Kind of.
The only Kelly one submit against Chesterfield.
You what, sorry?
And he was the only one that was showing something.
Yeah.
Chesterfield.
Yeah. I'd like seeing Kelly come on. We win this game, I think.
I was gonna say I'd rather, because their defenders seem to be giving a fair bit away. I think you can get a quick nippy striker on against them. We'll definitely get more out of it than with Armstrong. But Armstrong is currently coming on for the second half, so not yet, I suppose.
Guys, is he out?
I think it's, I mean, yeah, no one said out. I think it could be injury, or it could just be the fact we're resting him before this big run of games coming up, because he has just got back from injury, and we've been playing a lot of games recently, so maybe we're just resting him for those two, which would make sense, like.
Carlisle going down, while going down, because this is the scary part, mate. I love the Pyrex, but I hope to know how big, like going down.
I don't know. There's still plenty of time. There's still plenty of time.
Happens, and you've got to say, at times they have caused us one or two problems.
Someone did ask me at half time, what is there? Has Sunderland got anything on the bench that can change things in the second half? I think Pervader is a possibility. It's Dan.
Oh, the sun must be coming out.
I think it should just be 3 go down and 3 come up, because for the National League, I think it's stupid having 2 go out and 2 go up.
I've been saying it for a little while. It seems like, and I don't know if I'll get some flack for this, but it seems like they really don't understand the gravity of this, because they are still kind of. It doesn't seem like much has changed. And I mean, I know obviously we're waiting for the transfer window, but we said last season you've got to wait for January and then see what happens. We can't take that risk again. It just can't happen simply. And things need to change pronto if we want a chance of staying up here. You know what I mean? And it really, and the statement they put out as well a while ago when Williamson was coming under flack a little bit when he first kind of joined. They were like, these things take time and like all this stuff.
Fernandez is having an extended conversation with one of the Norwich coaches at the edge of the pitch, but he now joins his teammates. Sunderland will get the second half underway. Patterson in goal, O'Nien at right back, Mepham, Ballard and Sirkin, Neil, Job, Roberts, Rigg, Meyenda and Isidore. Referees Lee Doughty, all in black. Norwich in their canary yellow and green, and immediately the ball goes out on this near side from Cernak, who's playing wide rather than through the middle this week for Norwich. Gunning goal, back for Stacey, Duffy, Cordoba and Doyle. Midfielder Marcondes, Nunes and Slimani. Cernak wide right, Hernandez in the middle, Sainz on the left. So Meyenda is pushed over at the corner of the Norwich penalty area. Lee Doughty gives nothing.
No, and that's what we're talking about. Sometimes we go down too easy, don't we? We've got to be a little bit stronger.
Stand up as O'Nien pushing on down the right. Tries the ball into the penalty area, it sweeps past Isidore. Stacey juggles it and gets it clear for Norwich City, and comes back up to the halfway line from O'Nien to Ballard, and then Mepham, and Mepham just inside the Norwich half, pushing it on to Rigg, and Rigg wide on the right hand side is caught by Sainz. It's a free kick to Sunderland, wide, a couple of yards in from the right hand touchline, and the Spaniard just puts an arm round Chris Rigg, who jogs off into the centre, and O'Nien will take the free kick. The wind just blowing his shirt, billowing his red and white stripes, and O'Nien then with the right foot curls us in towards the far post. Sirkin heading it back, and it bounces away from Isidore, who finds Meyenda bringing it back down for him, and Ballard equalises.
Get in!
2 weeks on the bounce. Dan Ballard has scored. We wanted a quick goal. We've got a quick goal. 47th minute. It is Sunderland 1, Norwich City 1. Well worked free kick.
That's the way to do it. Come on, second half Sunderland, even down.
Ball floated into Sirkin, who headed it back, and then eventually worked back across to Dan Ballard, yards out, headed home.
Get in, Ballard, son.
And 2 goals in 2 games for Dan Ballard, and Sunderland all square as Norwich restart the game. Just the start they needed.
Yeah, and again, Dan Ballard, very important goal again. Last week against Swansea.
Yep. Comes to the rescue again. Got out well. 2 defenders either side of him as well, trying to squeeze him out.
But we kept it alive in the box, innit? It was a good ball in.
Yeah. Caused Norwich a few problems. First time in the game. And Sunderland now have got something to build on here, to take forwards into the second half. Now they've brought things all square.
Keep the momentum, that's what they need.
And now, can they go on to win the game? That's the big question.
Of course they can go on and win it.
And it's back with Neil to O'Nien, to Meyenda down the right side of the Norwich penalty area. Crosses with his left, looking for, well, Job or Roberts, but Stacey headed the ball clear. And Borja Sainz is alleged to have been fouled by Dan Neil, but it looked like it was the other way round to me.
Another booking, another booking.
Another booking for
Chris Mepham.
Chris Mepham, yeah.
Oh, yellow cards, don't we? Here we go, says Janet. Smash
he's
the
probably had something to say about that decision.
Julian says, get in. However, the lad says, Charles Robert.
The 49th minute.
Get in.
All these have missed the goal.
There's a lot of people coming back, yeah.
Any spoilers in,
a lot of people coming back
you.
From the interval, from the concourses.
Splendid, back on terms. Come on, lad, says Northallerton.
Scores are level.
Pato score the winner, says Duby. Reid just took them off by the scruff of the neck.
Ballard's header.
Pato to score the winner, says Katie.
Norwich in possession here.
Comfortable 3-0 Will.
Trying to
well done, Wilson.
Get it back to Gunn. Wilson Isidore, a bit of pressure. It's played out.
There you go.
And eventually out.
The ref is card happy.
Down the Sunderland left. Sirkin being ushered back by the referee, and back again to Ballard.
What a start the second half.
Inside to
Thanks
Dan
for the
Neil
2
in the
thank you.
Centre circle, trying to find Meander. It came off him a bit awkwardly, and the goalkeeper's able to slide out.
Tell you what, his touch let him down.
He did.
Come on, finish these off.
Excellent pass by Dan Neil.
Suddenly the atmosphere in the stadium has changed. It's now more charged, and there's a little bit more about Sunderland.
Yeah, because they're starting to press now, aren't they?
They are. Here's Isidore trying to put pressure on.
Are we going to see a really
Angus
good
Gunn plays it out to Duffy.
Sunderland?
He's brought it away from Patrick Roberts, slips it out to Stacey on the right wing, looking for Cernak, but Ballard knocks it out in front of Regis Lebris, who tried to haul Sainz back. Regis Lebris has got words for Borja Sainz. He's not very happy with him, and now Job's got involved with Stacey. I think the referee might have a word with Regis Lebris here. Sainz trying to get away from him.
Sainz again, he's involved in everything.
He's been niggling Sunderland, and he's niggled Regis Lebris, which isn't easy to do. Stacey now in front of Regis Lebris, arguing with Isidore. The referee's come across to Regis now, is having a word with him, and Jack Stacey stayed in and around, with the referee telling Regis Lebris basically cut it out. It's got to him. Borja Sainz is an irritant, isn't he?
Little man syndrome.
Middlesbrough one. Sainz beating a little knob. We just need to ignore it, because this is what Norwich want.
To some people.
So, throw, take, everything's back in action now. Duffy back to the goalkeeper, Angus Gunn.
Doing great, but we
plays it out to Cordoba.
And it is 1-1
trying to get it on, up to Slimani, back to Nunez, through the middle here now. As it's played out to the right wing, Stacey swings across into the box. Cut out when Patterson, I think, had called for it.
MACKEM was excellent.
MACKEM cut the ball out.
Fantastic.
Yeah, don't rise to it,
back into the penalty area.
Great defending,
that's their gameplay,
it was brave. Very good. It's back with Nunez. Brentford 0, Nottingham Forest 2. Nunez back to Duffy, across to Cordoba in the middle, just behind the centre circle. Closed down by Rigg. He lays it off to Duffy again, and wide to Stacey. Roberts comes whipping past him, gets the ball off him, and now Roberts putting the ball into the D. It's cleared only as far as Job, who taps it to Dan Neil. Neil plays it through the legs of Marcondes. It's a chase though for Meander, out to the touchline on the right. He's got to cut him past Doyle. He goes past and is brought down by Marcondes, who's shown a yellow card.
Well done. Excellent play by Meander, positive.
Take the lead.
Plymouth 1, Middlesbrough 1. Marcondes and Doyle between them just basically squeeze Meander out. So a free kick on the right side of the Norwich penalty area. 1-1 here at the Stadium of Light, live on BBC Radio Newcastle.
Don't have a free kick specialist.
Good delivery, that's what you need now.
O'Nien and Roberts over this free kick.
Where are you, canny lad, says Janet.
The referee having a word with the two who are forming the wall just outside the 6-yard box.
Even Stevens at last. Would you be happy with a point though? Everybody on the chat, would you be happy with 1-1?
Two back out in midfield.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Ballard's working his way into the 6-yard box. He's driven in hard, it's blocked at the near post. Just too many bodies. Rigg is trying to chip it back in. Isidore trying to get a head on it. Mepham, well, it's gone out for a corner. The defender got the touch. Sunderland's third corner, first of the second half.
From the back, says Jack.
Rigg jogging down on the right-hand side at the north end of the stadium to take it. Two back out. Also, Roberts at the corner of the penalty area on the right-hand side.
Attack Rigg the ball.
Well, there's a bit of pushing going on. The referee's just blown to stop play for a moment. Having a word with Ballard and Slimani. I think QPR won, Preston won in the Championship.
He's very nitpicky. Dougie says, I will say get Neil off, hopefully
blowing
like
the corner
week,
flag vigorously over on that far side.
If we win.
As the ball is replaced, Rigg will take this
3 points
corner now, drives it in with his left, flicked down, attempted by Ballard, but it's dropped here to the feet on the right-hand side, I think it's Hernandez, has brought this all the way out down the touchline, and now trying to flick it in past Mayenda to Marcondes, looking for Sainz, but Neil cuts across in front of the Spaniard and knocks the ball out for a throw to Norwich. Just inside the Sunderland half on the right-hand side, 55th minute. All square at the moment now then. Stacey with a throw, finds Slimani, getting it inside, but Neil gets in front, but then it's Cernak who comes away with the ball. Low drive, just past the foot of the post.
Thanks for the subscriber, thank you.
25 yards out. It wasn't a bad effort, but Patterson, I think, had it covered as well.
Pompey really turning their season round, 4 win at Coventry. How we did not beat Coventry, Gary, when we played.
And the ball placed by Ballard, the corner of the 6-yard box, passed out to Sirkin, back to Ballard. Ballard at the edge of his own penalty area, closed down by Hernandez, back to Patterson. Patterson kicks down the right of midfield over Riggs' head. Isidore put a boot up quite high. Marcondes is penalised then, he's furious, the Dane.
We've got to stop these draws at the stadium.
It's a free kick to Sunderland on the right side of midfield, and who was that getting a yellow card?
That was
that Slimani?
We've got to start winning at the stadium.
Slimani, yeah.
Yeah. Slimani, yeah. Number 20.
West Ham 1, Brighton 1, was that right?
1-0, I think.
1-0. West Ham 0, Brighton 1. The 57th minute now here. Sunderland 1, Norwich City 1.
Hello, Trevor Coleman.
Stacey back to Duffy behind him on the touchline, and long ball up to the halfway line. Ballard cuts it out. It's going to be kept in by Sirkin, takes it on down the touchline. In fact, he doesn't keep it in the end.
Trevor.
Oh, no. He's booked him for that.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, it's silly, that. That's silly.
It didn't even really kick the ball away. It just ran off his foot. That is a lack of common sense.
Honestly, these referees, like, they want their backside kicking from one end of the pitch to the other.
The cards, 7 yellow cards now this afternoon. You just think that there's going to be a red the way things are going, just because it's just got a bit out of control in that respect. As Marcondes tries to push through the middle, ball come back out and out for a throw to Norwich on the right-hand side.
I'm not doing too bad, mate. Thank you. Hope you're all right. US says need to keep Norwich out of our net.
Pick up a second yellow.
Yeah, well, I think that's going to be something silly as well.
Yeah, how bad's
not
Ipswich?
Anything that would normally
be
deemed a yellow card. The ball is back with Cordoba at the edge of the Norwich penalty area. Back to Cordoba again.
Terrible refs
from Doyle and across to Duffy on the right-hand side, down the line. Stacey takes it on his chest. It's just over the line, so it's a throw into Sunderland, which Roberts leaves for Sirkin, who takes it quickly back to Dan Ballard. Ballard now pushing it on to Dan Neil. Neil has taken it wide, but then runs straight into Cernak. Tried to pull him back. Referee's played on. The ball through to Ballard, hooked in the air, and up into the Norwich half, where Mayenda's trying to win it from Doyle, but back comes Marcondes, nods it all the way back into his own penalty area, and Gunn comes across on the left to pick it up, or to take it at his feet for Norwich City. It's now Ipswich 0, Newcastle 4 at Portman Road. Cordoba back to Gunn. Isak has scored a hat-trick for Newcastle. Cordoba pushing the ball up towards the halfway line, onto the head though of Mepham. Then out to Doyle for Norwich, and Sainz, who tried to flick it on cheekily past Mepham, but Mepham's got it back to Patterson at the edge of just outside the Sunderland penalty area at the Roker end.
Yellow card.
Sunderland attacking the north end in the second half, and here's Sirkin on the left, slipping it through the legs of Cernak, but then straight to Stacey. Stacey to Hernandez. Hernandez a chip across the penalty area, and it should be O'Nien to deal with this. He just pokes it out to Rigg, and Rigg now has got Mayenda wide on the right hand side. Nunes has gone with him and then bundles him over. This is going to be another yellow card. Nunes, the 8th yellow card of the afternoon.
Trevor says taxi for McKenna. Love cards, me. Stop.
There is going to be a red, isn't there?
Well, the way things are going. Leeds 2, Oxford 0.
Or he's on a bonus for every card he gives out.
4 players on each team have been yellow carded. O'Neill with the free kick now, taps it to MACKEM.
SJ Leeds and Sheffield United, mate, are going to be going up automatically.
Inside
they just do the
to
job.
Dan Neil in the centre circle across to Ballard, and Ballard takes this into
They're
the Norwich half, wide to Patrick Roberts.
It's as simple
Roberts
as that.
trying to work it on, he's just taking the ball, Cernak off him, behind him Slimani, now Marcondes, looking for the run of Stacey, but Ballard's got back. Ballard will find Stacey on his case, and then Stacey pulls Ballard down. They go shape up. The 2 players quickly. Stacey backs away from that inside.
Oh,
he's not going to book now, is he?
He's been booked, Stacey. Hasn't he?
No. He could be about to be
Gary.
booked, but he's been called to the referee. Dan Ballard and Stacey, both being spoken to by Lee Doughty. A lot of gesticulating from the referee.
Lee Doughty's
and a
Doughty's,
very sure sign of cut it out, but no further yellow cards. Ballard will take the free kick. Ebbsfleet 0, Gateshead 3.
Go on, Gateshead.
In the National League. Ballard back to Patterson from the free kick. In the 61st minute, Patterson swings it out to O'Neill on the right wing. Rigg in front of him, back to O'Neill. Down the line again to Rigg. And he's looking for the Mayenda to get on this down the touchline. Cordoba, he's gone past him. Then Cordoba gets a foot to it. And then it's cleared again by Nunes. It goes straight though to Dan Neil, across to Sirkin, now Patrick Roberts on the left. Roberts dribbling down the left of the penalty area. Stacey gets the ball off him. And Stacey away down this right hand side. And Roberts has penalised. Stacey went down like a sack of potatoes. He went down far too easily.
I've got to say, Nick, the referee is poor.
I think the players are sensing that they can get players booked.
He's poor.
I think there's an issue here with players now knowing that they go down or make more of it, the referee is likely to show a yellow card.
There's going to be a red card.
And now Duffy and his goalkeeper are arguing over a free kick. Eventually it's taken, but Gunn and Duffy weren't happy.
How the hell was that?
They were arguing amongst themselves.
Having a go at the referee. You want to see the Sunderland fans.
It's got feisty in every sense.
They're going
on the halfway line. Rigg gives the ball away. Slimani gets it back to Cordoba. Duffy, who plays it back to his goal, and he's waving his hand, his fist at the goalkeeper. It's played out to Cordoba. They're not happy, those two. The captain and his keeper. And Gunn out to Cordoba, who drives it up towards the halfway line. And O'Nine's going to find the loose ball, play it down the right wing. Rigg brings it down. It's headed by Doyle back to Cordoba.
Substitution.
And it is Trey Hume, yeah. Very interesting.
Thanks for the subscriber. Thank you.
I think he's going to bring him on and take Chris Rigg off.
Do you? West Ham 1, Brighton 1. Hume, the surprise was he didn't start the game. And now it's with Slimani, who's given the ball away, cut out by Patrick Roberts on the left, on the touchline, on the halfway line. He's tackled by Cernak, and the Croatian slips it past Roberts, who tries to get his foot to it again. And then Sirkin trying to win it back, but Cernak leaves it for Stacey, who gets it back inside to Cernak. Into the middle then, little flick from Borja Sainz. Marcondes is beaten to it by O'Neill. Comes back here to Slimani on the right-hand side, inside to Nunes, and in the centre circle to Cordoba. And Cordoba for Norwich City just plays it through the middle to Nunes again. Nunes, tackled by Job. Job, he's managed to avoid Slimani's challenge, gets it back to Sirkin,
it's a fiery game,
and Sirkin back to Ballard. Ballard closed down by Hernandez to Sirkin. Cernak on his shoulder, he gets it back to Patterson. Hume still waiting to come on down below us. 64th minute. Dan Neil out in the middle, wide to O'Neill. O'Neill down the touchline. Mayenda back to Luke O'Neill. And O'Neill into the middle again to Anthony Patterson, who's come out to the outfield. Ballard bringing it over the halfway line and looking short pass to his left to Sirkin. Back into Dan Neil in the centre circle. And Neil in the red and white of Sunderland out wide to Luke O'Neill. Back inside to Dan
Top
Neil.
three are pulling well away.
Neil
SJ.
trying to thread a pass through to Mayenda, but it runs back to Angus Gunn, who picks the ball up in front of Isidore. Now with Duffy. Burnley 2, Watford 0. Duffy back to Gunn, to Cordoba, bringing it out of the penalty area, rolling it down the left wing. Won though by Mepham, but it bounces back into the Sunderland half, and Ballard has to head it away. Cordoba picks up the loose ball. Now through the middle, trying to get Sainz through to Hernandez. It's cut out by O'Nien, and O'Nien closed down by Marcondes. He twists and turns and he gets away, and there's a bit of shirt tugging going on with Cernak. It's won by Slimani, then Marcondes. Cernak puts it back straight into the path of Mepham.
There he is.
At the edge of the D. He's now trying to get it out to Rigg. Rigg on the right, Mayenda ahead of him, and now Rigg taking this into the Norwich half, trying to thread it through. Wilson Isidore in the penalty area. Duffy makes the challenge. Isidore's down, and the ball is cleared.
It's gone down too
easily, Isidore, and now Norwich on the counter-attack. Away on this right-hand side, Marcondes again, getting away down this right-hand side, looking for the run of Hernandez into the penalty area. O'Nien's gone with him. O'Nien makes the block. He thought it was a handball, Hernandez. It looked as though it might have spun up and caught O'Nien.
Come on, Wilson, you got to get up.
Down by his side.
Get up.
Isidore's picking himself up now.
Game's going on, man.
Here's Dan Neil at the back of the centre circle. Neil in the middle, looking for an option, finding Rigg. Rigg back into his own half, and now with Mepham. Isidore's jogged back into an onside position. Mepham to Rigg. Rigg to Mayenda wide, and Doyle has gone to close him down. It's Mayenda trying to trick his way into the penalty area to Rigg, try to return ball for Mayenda, but Cordoba blocks it. Comes out to Cordoba again, he loses it to Rigg. Rigg now to Sirkin out wide to Roberts on the left-hand side. Roberts, corner of the penalty area on the left, swings the ball in.
Great ball.
It's swung right through, and Meyenda's going to have to work to keep it in, but he can't. It's a goal kick.
That's a great ball in.
Thank God you said Hume on there, SJ.
Luke O'Nien's coming off. 67th minute. Interesting, isn't it? So Hume back in. O'Nien has a word with him. Fascinating.
He's not impressing me. What do you put? Like, he went through a good spell.
Into that. Absolutely fascinating. I'm really not sure.
This is our weak.
So Trey Hume back in at right back.
We've got Nout up front.
O'Nien's had 67 minutes. It's 1-1. We're live on BBC Radio Newcastle now. There was a Cardiff Sheffield United score as well.
0-1. Sheffield United are winning 1-0.
Now it's going to be a change for Norwich. They're going to bring on Schwartau, who's another Dane. That'll be their first change.
Ballard's going to get booked.
And Ballard's shown a yellow card.
Oh, there's another yellow card. Jesus.
So we're now up to nine bookings, yeah. Hernandez is coming off, so it's a straight swap. Schwartau on then.
So you guys and girls, you wouldn't be happy with a
69th minute.
Today.
9 bookings.
Leeds 3-0 up.
This afternoon, 5 of them for Sunderland, 4 of them for Norwich.
That's what top 2 teams do, SJ.
So, free kick for Norwich just in front of the centre circle. 69th minute, just over 20 minutes left. The Sunderland engineer a winner. So, the free kick is 3 or 4 yards forwards of the centre circle. Schwartau's out on the right. Stacey here back
Brian,
to Nunes now. Isidore's robbed Nunes of the ball. Isidore sprinting on, edge of the penalty area. Isidore blasts it wide.
Jesus.
Stacey sprinted back with him on his shoulder, did enough to put Isidore just off his balance, and he put the shot wide.
That's the opportunity. You've got to hit the target.
That was a massive opportunity.
You've got to hit the target. You've got to work the goalkeeper. He's done everything right. Just when he needs to keep his composure, He's put the ball over the bar.
He was away. He had 2 players chasing him. He was sprinting away. It's like Hull City again, wasn't it?
But at Hull City, it was a little dink, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Shocking.
Then he tried to smash it. Leeds 3, Oxford 0.
That was absolutely shocking. He was on his own.
And it's still
1-on-1 with
1-1.
the keeper. He was sort of 50-50 challenge.
Here, now they're looking for a foul on.
He's off. Cordoba's off.
Who's it?
He's off.
Cordoba's already been booked. And Cordoba's shown a second yellow card, and he's off. We knew that it was inevitable.
You couldn't get a bet. You could have got a bet on that.
There was going to be a red card, and we've got a red card now.
Isidore, that was awful.
A second yellow for Cordoba, and he's sent off. Lee Doughty created that situation himself by all the yellow cards he's showing.
You know the other problem you've got now, Nick, as you've just mentioned there, all them yellow cards. Do you think there's going to be another one?
Well,
yeah,
you do. It makes you wonder, doesn't it? Makes you wonder.
You know, we're not surprised that there is a red card.
No, not at all. It was an inevitability that someone was going to get sent off, the way things are going on. And it's Jose Cordoba who's been shown the second yellow. And they are down to 10 men now, Norwich. Free kick to Sunderland just inside the Norwich half, just to the right of the centre circle.
Easy
and
can we capitalise?
Can they capitalise on the extra man?
They will have to make a change. Yeah, going to make a change.
They're going to bring on another defender as the ball floats up here. It comes down to Sirkin. Now Job trying to get on the end of this one. And Job!
Yeah!
Get in! Get in!
Brought the ball down beautifully onto his right foot and curls it past gun. And Sunderland now lead 2-1 in the 72nd minute.
You've answered that question. Can they capitalise? And they have. And I tell you what an excellent finish by Job.
Yeah.
You know, he could have hit it with his left foot, but he's pulled it back onto his right and put it into the far corner.
It's a lovely finish. Really composed finish from Job. Ben Crescenny is going to come on, former Exeter City defender, went to Aston Villa, and they're going to make a double switch because Jakob Sorensen's also coming on. He's been out with injury.
Was great composure that from Joe Bellingham,
and a lovely finish from Job.
Great composure. And he's getting
from the left-hand side of the penalty area. So
you see, Isidore,
that's how you do it. Changing what?
It's
less than a minute.
In a minute, yeah. So Cernuk's coming off.
The free kick was brought in,
and Sorensen will come on as
he
well.
Was so cool here, like he just cuts inside, and Bellingham just curls it into the corner there.
Left back, and the other player coming off is. Who is it?
Oh, beautiful. That was just
Marcondes.
That was cool.
It looks like it's Marcondes as the other player coming off for Sorensen.
Yeah.
Well, the atmosphere certainly changed in the Stadium of Light. From 1-0 down to 2-1 up. Job again. It's the same score as last week, isn't it? At Swansea. Ballard puts them back in the game. Job then scores potentially the winner. As now Gunn closed down Cardiff 0, Sheffield United 2. And Sunderland in
come on, Sunderland, kill these off. Do not
driving
get
position now with the extra man.
Sunderland. Just didn't it.
Leading 2-1. Approaching the final 15 minutes of the game.
Sheffield United 2-0 up.
Well, Norwich got in their tank. It's a
7 more
stoppage in the centre circle.
Well, it's just managing the game now, Nick.
Yeah.
Certainly have this, Rosie. Just watching the goal going in there.
Credit to Job though for that.
Yeah, it was a great finish.
Very, very composed finish. And it came down to him from Sirkin on his left, lost the defender, then curled it in with his right. And it's a free kick which is taken by Nunes, looking for Stacey down the right of the penalty area.
Don't foul.
Oh, Duffy has missed it. And Doyle's now on the right. Swinging the ball in here, and it swings out.
Tell you what, that's a great ball in. Again, you've got to command your box, haven't you?
Yeah.
You know, he's travelled a long way, that ball.
No, Crescenti's gone in as left back and Stacey's right back. So Callum Doyle.
There we go, guys. Well, sorry about that.
Back to centre back, has he?
Have they gone 3?
Yeah.
Come on.
3 at the back.
Let's get a
75th
third.
minute.
Let's do the job on it, yeah.
Sunderland 2, Norwich 1. Norwich playing with 10 men now. Corder was sent off for a second yellow card. Doyle plays the ball back to Angus Gunn.
Better. We are. Take a Gunn. Leeds being clinical. Let's hope we can be
looking
clinical.
To play the ball out to Duffy and then to Sorensen. He drives it on up past Slimani, trying to find
Let's get a third,
sights.
lads.
It comes up to Ballard. Ballard now looking for Mayenda, who's on the left. And Mayenda,
no,
deemed to push down Sorensen, and I've got a funny feeling. For a moment, the referee looked like he was going for a yellow card, but he's not. Sorensen will take the free kick, taps it to Nunez, gets it back Sorensen, and plays it back
571
to
in. Hit that like button,
fourth appearance.
And if you ever knew
ninth appearance, sorry, this season because of injuries. He's been out for a little while. Ballard and Sirkin heads the ball on. Here the wind again on the roof. Stacey taking this down the left. Job tackles him. Sirkin just knocked the ball out. A throw to Norwich on the right-hand side. 77th minute. Sunderland leading 2-1. Plymouth 2, Middlesbrough 1.
Oh, Sunderland, don't throw this away.
That's a long way to go for nothing if Middlesbrough lose that one.
We're about the 77th minute.
Just before Christmas. Stacey's throw back to Sorensen. Closed down by Wilson. Isidore plays it back to Angus Gunn.
One more, lads, absolutely. We need one more, don't we?
Gunn outside his penalty area. Kicks wide down the left-hand side. And it's pushed on by Crescenti, but he's lost it. And Mepham plays it back to Patterson.
Make sure.
And he's lost it, but he's nearly lost it. He managed to somehow get it to Ballard. But Crescenti caused him all sorts of problems. And now played on down the left by Sirkin. It stayed in.
Cheers,
no, it
hasn't. Thanks a lot,
flag
pal.
comes up
to
throw to Norwich on the right. 77th, nearly the 78th minute.
Anthony Patterson looks nervous.
He did look nervous
this afternoon. I tell you what, he's lucky he got away with that one.
I didn't expect that.
Just keep it together.
Still 2-1.
Watching you on TV, mate.
Norwich with 10.
Just jumped on my phone to let you know I'm
here with
definitely
Sorensen again on the right, on the halfway
Come
line.
on, lad, says Thomas.
Isidore goes with him. They're looking for the runner. Stacey down the right of the penalty area. Crosses very deep. Crescenti will run onto it. Brings it down with his left foot. Drives it back in again. Patterson got a fingertip to it, diving to push it away. He looks as though he's hurt his shoulder actually. He was nursing it a minute or two ago, and it looked then as though he'd nursed it again. As here's Rigg on the left, trying to skip away from trouble. Plays it back to Sirkin. Sirkin to Job, just ahead of him. Job now across to Mepham. Mepham bringing it up to the halfway line, and then wide.
Can this be a nice Christmas present
to
for
Mepham,
Sunderland?
to
Can we
Rigg,
hang on? Can we make it 3-1?
Rigg across to Sirkin on the halfway line again. Sirkin just into the Norwich half. Back to Ballard. Sainz goes to close him down. He plays it to Mepham and now to Dan Neil in the centre circle. Out to the left again to Sirkin. And Sirkin.
Yeah, just change your server.
Just pushing on Dave, slowly. Finds Job inside of him. Job leaving it for Dan Neil. Steps over a sheet of white paper and then plays it to his left again on the halfway line to Job. And Job trying to get away. Forced to play it back to Ballard. Ballard squares to Mepham. Mepham down to Hume on the right-hand side. Roberts ahead of him on the touchline. Roberts now in the Norwich half, trying to take on Doyle. Inside to Rigg.
Rigg now watching.
Gets away from Schwartau, but the ball's given away. And away comes Sorensen, leaving it for Nunez. And he turns and plays it all the way back to Angus Gunn.
Abu Dhabi. Merry Christmas, brother. Merry Christmas to you, Dan.
Just over 10 minutes left. Sorensen again,
the 2 subscribers.
here on the right-hand side. 26-year-old just
if he sends one of
pushing it
ours
back
off,
into
I'll
the middle of the
invite
Dane
him
to Duffy.
for Xmas
Duffy
lunch and show him
swinging
how I
it down
stuff
the right
turkey.
wing, looking for Stacey. Sirkin heads
Etienne
it
says it
out
stays
over
like
the
this,
defender's
and
head.
Preston wins, I get
A
76
throw
euros.
to Norwich, halfway inside the
David
Sunderland
Gorlike
half.
says, we got this, how are the lads? I'm working in
2-1.
London, watching your channel.
Sunderland lead 10-man Norwich City.
Davey for his daughters, Jess, Bex and Olivia.
No, Plymouth
we got
2,
this, cheers.
Middlesbrough
So
2.
big shout out to Jess, Bex
Home
and
park.
Olivia. There we
Ball
go.
back with Duffy, just inside the Norwich half, on the right of the centre circle. Short pass forward to Slimani. Nunes caught in possession by Rigg. Job trying to get away. Sorensen on his shoulder. It comes back off Job. Slimani gets a foot to it. And then Sirkin can't get on the end of it. It's come back though for Ballard, who plays it all the way back to Patterson.
Ballard
area.
and Borough and Watford both losing.
To Mepham. We played 80 minutes. It's 2-1 to Sunderland.
Borough is 2-2, I think. Come on, smash the like button, says
come
Kingfisher, thank you.
Connolly go on.
I just want to say Isidore scored.
Elise looks as though he's coming on, doesn't he? As the ball goes out on the far side for a throw to Norwich. Norwich look like they're making another change as well.
They might go 3 at the back, Sunderland.
Yeah, they could do, couldn't they? Certainly going to be more changes
Where's
imminent.
Gordon Seymour today, says Julian. You're smashing the views, Cabby, well done.
2-1
Thanks, Dougie.
to
Well, thanks for you
Sunderland
guys
as the
tuning
ball
in and watching. Johnny Dunn,
played up
streams
by
helping here.
Norwich.
Abby Durai, based
Headed away by
SCFC
Mepham.
fan also. Thank you.
Picked up by Rigg on the
Macalad,
far
hello.
side.
How you doing, Macalad? Thought our goal had been
Rigg
disallowed.
inside, trying to get the ball to Roberts.
He forgot
Roberts
to change
to
the
the
score.
touchline. Tried to skip past Cresceni, has brought him down. And it's a free kick to Sunderland, just inside.
I was watching the replay of our
Norwich
goals
half.
and I
Barnes is
forgot to
on the
change
right wing, Ashley Barnes.
Change the scoreline.
Double substitution.
35 years old now.
And Fisher, is it?
Yes, there's the right back.
Norwich taking off their yellow carded players. Doug
Kellen
B.
Fisher. So Duffy's coming off. And Barnes is going, so they might be going back to a 4.
Japan. Thank you, Shago Yato. Doug, it'll be a happy Christmas if
Ashley Barnes has
Trudy
barely played
resigns.
any
Jack
games,
Clark
any
stuck
football
on the
this
bench,
season.
says
And
Michael.
Nunes is...
Doug, Merry Christmas to all in Canada.
And Slimani
Come on,
comes
Sunderland.
off.
Do not do anything
And
stupid here.
Barnes and Fisher on.
It's Fisher who went on.
Let's make everybody's Christmas
So-
dinner taste that little bit better and the pudding a little bit sweeter if we...
That's all 5 changes made by
Burnley 2, Watford
Norwich.
1.
Kellen Fisher, the
Plymouth
20-year-old
3, Middlesbrough 2. The goals are flying
from
in there
Bromley,
at home
former
park,
Bromley
aren't they?
defender, who's on, and Plymouth 3, Middlesbrough 2. Some game there. Still seems they
Why
kept
worry?
the
Because we are
5.
Sunderland, says
Norwich, by the looks of things.
Julian Gonzalez's time. Well, we're about on the
Ashley Barnes
83rd
playing
minute.
through the middle. Here's Hume to cross. Doyle cuts the ball out. Comes back up to Sainz on the
Thomas
left.
says, how are the lads
Nearly got
drinking
caught by
whiskey to
Hume,
counter
but he's
two
still
fake
got
and
it.
watching
Sainz inside
Sunderland
to
win?
Nunes.
More could I ask for besides
Out
another
wide
bottle of
again.
whiskey, says
And it's played
Thomas. Heidi, always the second
by
half we
Fisher.
do well. The refs are real plank, says Dale.
Now Nunes in the middle to Sorensen. And out wide to
Just need
Stacey
one more
on
subscriber
this
for
right-hand side.
3,370.
Back to the goalkeeper gun. Closed down by Isidore. The ball floats up towards Ashley Barnes. Ballard gets above him. Nods the ball down to Neil in the centre circle.
Daughters just got that we're smashing them. Need to finish them.
See,
now.
Fisher's gone
You
into the
won't be
Double
midfield.
substitution.
A double substitution indeed. Aushish and
David
Elise. Burnley
Graves'
2,
North-East
Watford
double
1.
over the East Anglian sides is still on. Cabbing,
So
I'm on the edge of my seat.
your
I need
thinking
to
is
pee.
it will
well,
be
just
a
go.
3.
We might be 3-1 when you come back.
Sunderland
King
go
Fisher
2.
says
Well, we'll
Merry
see in a
Christmas to
moment.
all. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for the
2-1 they
stream,
lead,
Cabby. You're
10-man
welcome,
Norwich.
Kingfisher.
The ball back with Patterson. We're in the 84th minute.
Come on, Sunderland.
And now it's played out to Sirkin by Ballard inside to
A
Job.
third of Doug, isn't
Job
it?
back
Third
to
of Doug.
Ballard at the corner of the penalty area on the left. It's cut out, it's forward ball by Fisher. Barnes now to Nunes, squares it to Barnes again, off the foot
great
of the
save.
post.
Great
Patterson
save.
turned it onto the post. He's hurt himself. He's
Great
clutching
save.
his hands. He's bent double,
Isidore,
Patterson, but it was a very good save.
Great save. Tell you what, Dan Ballard, you're a lucky man.
Yeah.
Working off.
So Isidore's coming off. He
Number
said he looked
3-3,
tired.
that's melting.
Sirkin's coming off.
Same to you,
So
Rosie.
Sirkin and Isidore, the two coming off.
The engine's still low on Norwich, even with them down to 10 men.
Save onto the post from Barnes.
Come on, Sunderland, man.
Yeah, great save that there by Anthony Patterson.
40,114, and that's a bit more believable today. Although there are empty seats, it's a much more seems to be much more a reflection of the numbers in here this afternoon. Here's Elise getting a touch. Plymouth 3, Middlesbrough 3.
Thanks for the subscriber. 3,370.
Sainz trying to get into the penalty area. He's pulled down, is he? No, the referee says not. Now he's rolling around again, looking back at the referee. He's not going to get anything. And there's a possible break for Mayenda, who's gone up through the middle. He's playing up front. And Aushish is playing out on the left. Fisher brings the ball down in the centre circle for Norwich. Back to Cresceni. And he's trying to take it forwards away down the left wing for Norwich City. He's beaten to the ball by Hume, who smashes it into the east stand.
We should be taking control of this.
And he's down, isn't he, at the edge of the penalty area.
Got into a little bit of
a
tangle there, didn't he?
Of course they are.
Yeah.
There's about 6
going to get some
minutes
treatment
left.
from the 86th
I would say
minute.
at least 4 minutes added on.
2-1 Sunderland lead, and Norwich have been playing with 10 men since the 70th minute.
Sheesh is looked good. He has looked good on his second.
And he's calling all the players, isn't he? Norwich manager.
Is he? Yeah, he's called them all across, isn't he? So I wonder what he intends to.
Going to go for it, aren't they?
I may be in Spain.
Nothing to
lose.
Well, nothing to lose. It's only 2-1
at the game. Of course it doesn't, mate. Come
so
on,
they're
lads.
looking to
see the game out.
try
no
and
stupid mistakes
get back in the game themselves. They've got nothing to lose, as you say. If they lose 3-1, so be it.
Don't lose concentration now.
There's warnings about flashing lights at the end of the game.
Well, there won't be any
Another
flashing lights at the end of the game, will there, if we didn't win it?
Imminent. We'll no doubt hear the foghorn as well. Last home game of 2024, of course. Ballard still getting treatment.
Good, cheers. Hope you're well.
Numbers of people leaving.
Says Ballard off injured.
It looks like Hjelder's going to come on as well for Sunderland.
Is it? No?
Well, I'd suspect it is for Ballard, wouldn't you? I think Ballard's coming off here. Yeah. And then I hope there's nothing serious.
John, the attendance was 40,000.
Because don't want Ballard to be out for another spell. He's up walking. He's coming off to be replaced by Hjelder. We're in the 88th minute, but there'll be a few minutes added on now at the end of the game. And so Hjelder comes on now. Ballard shaking his hands. Regis Lebris and the coaching staff all shaking Ballard's hands. It's 2-1 to Sunderland. Norwich down to 10. They've made all their substitutions.
Good old job, Bellingham. What's up with Isa?
It's a throw on the far side. Cresceni with a long throw into the penalty area. Drops at the edge of the box for Sainz, who swings his right foot through it and it goes well wide. To the inevitable jeers from Sunderland fans.
Colin thought it was. It is, should I say.
Ball retrieved by Patterson. It seems to be fine since that, whatever he hurt when he went down to make the save onto the post. He throws the ball down. 88 minutes, 2-1 to Sunderland. And Patterson with the kick. It's floated up towards Job. Comes down to Aushish, who now tries to knock it through for Mayenda, who shows a lovely bit of skill to take this down into the penalty area on his left, and it's saved by the foot of Gunn for a corner to Sunderland.
Well done.
Lovely play by Mayenda, though.
Is it the target?
Yeah, he's done all that was asked of him there. Got the ball, shook off Sorensen, lost him completely down the left, and then Gunn had to get across and get his foot through it for the corner on the left-hand side at the north end of the stadium, and Hume is going to take the corner, jogging down to take this. Keep the ball up that end. We're in the 89th minute.
Manage the game.
Yeah. See the game out.
Stephen Lane, you're welcome, mate.
Yeah, 3 points.
24/7. Thanks for your wonderful dedication.
They're in the bag if you just make sure you manage the game.
Merry Christmas.
Hume drives it in low. I'm not sure he intended that. It was easily cleared from the near post. Roberts has run onto it, nearly tripped by Sorensen. Now just slipping it through to Aushish, but a little bit too much power on it, and it runs behind for a goal kick. Norwich keeper in a hurry to throw the ball back on the pitch and get the ball up the other end. He quickly places the ball on the 6-yard line, taps it to Doyle, back to Gunn, and drives it on now down the right wing, headed away by Elise, out for a throw to Norwich on their right hand side. We're in the last minute of the 90. Sorensen takes the throw back to Angus Gunn, and Gunn taps it to Doyle. Doyle, long drive down the left hand side, nodded on by Cresceni or by Schwartau, trying to get it in the path of Borges Sainz, who's gone down again, rolls around and forwards down the right wing. Neil trying to get it through to Roberts. 7 minutes. 7 minutes are being added on, as if Lee Doughty hasn't made himself a popular figure. He's now just made himself even more unpopular with 7 minutes being added on.
But he gets 7 minutes.
I'm not sure where he got 7 from. All the bookings, I suspect. Here now is Ballard. Out to Elise on the left-hand side. We've played 30 seconds of those 7 minutes, and now it's a free kick for a foul on Aushish. Wide on the left, inside the Norwich half.
No one says we've won, says
Aushish picks himself up.
We haven't won.
Elise is going to pop the ball down, and Aushish taps it back to Elise in front of Regis Lebris.
Thanks, CABBIE, for your
back again
to the stream. So appreciate it. All the best to you and your family of the festive season.
He's now looking for Mienda, but it's headed away by Sorensen.
Ref doing anything
out to Aushish on the left touchline. He keeps it in.
He created all those
it's pulled
cards,
down. No free kick. It's a throw to Norwich on the right. We played a minute of the minimum 7.
We've just got to be professional about this. They're down to 10.
Ball back with Angus Gunn, the Norwich keeper, up to the edge of his penalty area. He kicks over the halfway line, headed away by Mepham. Back it comes to Sorensen on the right. Mienda goes to close him down and gets it forwards to Nunez, back to Sorensen, inside to Doyle.
And good
now what's the
offside side? More subscribers too. Well done, mate.
Goes free kick to Norwich.
End the game well. Thanks, Andy. I hope they do. Fingers crossed.
Ball placed in the correct position. Out comes Angus Gunn to move the ball again behind the referee's back. Plonks it down. Everybody inside the Sunderland half except Angus Gunn, who's taken the free kick with his right foot, hooks it up high, it hangs, it's headed away by Mepham out towards the far touchline. Oscar Schwartau keeps it in, back to Cresceni, inside to Sorensen in the Norwich half, and we played 2 minutes of the minimum 7, and the ball comes back up to Patterson at the edge of his penalty area, catching it.
Let's see this out, lads.
Queen's Park Rangers 2, Preston 1. And Patterson, he's not going to rush this.
We just need Dan Neil to score, and we'll make
which probably means he'll get booked.
Games in a row with the same
he bounces the ball up and down a few times. The referees encouraged him to get on with the game. He does kick high, it hangs, and Doyle is underneath it. Heads it on. Strong header away by Hjelde. Stacey trying to head it on again. Nunez gets a foot to it. It breaks for Jobe. An advantage after a foul. Jobe slips it through.
Unlucky.
A nice ball play through for Mienda to chase, but the keeper just beats him to it. Rigg picks himself up.
Come on, lads.
He was the player fouled. A good advantage played by the referee, given that. Elise heads the ball away. Aushish picks it up on the halfway line. Trying to get away now from Sainz. Aushish still going down the left. Down towards the corner. Sainz trying to push him. Aushish into the corner. Tried to flick it off Sorensen for a corner kick, but Sorensen gets the ball away. And then Rigg, shoulder to shoulder, and his
referee.
The referee says that was a foul on Nunez. Free kick to Norwich City. Gunn will take the free kick.
Martin Jones.
3.5 minutes of the 7 played. 2-1 to Sunderland. Norwich with 10 men since the 70th minute.
Yet again, though, we need to get out of the traps early,
with the free kick again.
Conceding so early
floats up onto the head of Mepham, drops down
Martin
for
Jones,
Roberts.
Mienda
trying to get away from Doyle, who seemed to half pull him back, but Mienda's still got it. Finds Roberts. Roberts now taking on Cresceni into the penalty area. Slips the ball into the middle, but it's cut out by Sorensen. Rigg had come through. but it's out to the Norwich left, and it's played inside to Cresceni, back out again on the left wing, and it's laid off to Doyle to drive up to the halfway line, back into the Sunderland half, where MACKEM nods it down, plays it on to Kjelder. Kjelder now finds Job.
I know what you're saying.
Job
I know what you're saying.
Out to the left
You're
here to Aushish. Aushish wide on the left-hand side. He's just try and exploit time and waste it. Take it down into the corner again. Stacey's on his shoulder. Aushish just holding him off, playing it behind into Elise. 4.5 minutes of the 7 played. Job plays it back to Hume in the centre circle. Wide on the right then to Patrick Roberts, taking on Cresceni inside to Rigg. Rigg just outside the penalty area, into the middle, finds Job. Job now down the left to Aushish. Aushish down the left of the penalty area, taking it into the penalty box. Now trying to pull it back. Mayenda trying quick reaction. Roberts couldn't get on the loose ball. Cresceni was all over him.
Good save.
And the keeper managed to get it.
Good play again by Aushish. He has looked bright since he's come on.
He's done, he's played sensibly. 96th minute now, and Sunderland still lead 2-1. It nearly was 3-1. Angus Gunn making a good save from Mayenda.
This is a long 7 minutes.
Finding the ball out to throw to Norwich on the far side.
The subscriber.
So 5.5 minutes of the minimum 7 have been played, and now the referee has blown for a Norwich free kick on the far side, just inside the Sunderland half. 96 minutes almost up. We're only just over a minute away from the end of the game. If he plays the 7 and no more, that's 96 minutes. Free kick then to Norwich. Sunderland holding a very, very high line, trying to push Norwich right back out. The wind's just blown the ball away. Nunes has to retrieve it, replace it.
In Port Elizabeth tonight. Let's move on, says Keith.
And the wind's blown it again away, and he has to go back again for it and replace it. As
Richard Newton says the refs
Gunn hasn't gone up here. Nunes takes the free kick, floats up towards the edge of the area. It's flicked by Doyle to an offside. Sorensen.
Is that right, Richard?
Nodded away by Patterson. Free kick then to Sunderland with seconds of the minimum 7 left of the game.
Bad from Ipswich, isn't it?
Sunderland will head to Blackburn Rovers, at least
this
4th in the table still.
Only added minutes.
Big game that's going to be on Boxing Day.
Says SJ.
And Patterson throws the ball down to take the free kick. Seconds left of the minimum 7 minutes. Patterson then, we played 7 minutes minimum. Patterson with the kick up into the Norwich half, and Sheesh just allows it to bounce down off him, and that will be it.
Get in!
As at Swansea, Ballard, who pulled Sunderland back in the game last week.
Absolute get in. Oh, that was class. That was just absolute class. How good does that feel? And the Sunderland website has just totally crashed the minute the full-time whistle's gone. But what a result that is. What an absolute result that is. As the light show starts. What's happened to the commentary there?
And you've got to say they're a different team in the second half. In the first half, I think it was a little bit off the pace again.
Well, they've got the music on. We've got the light show going on at the Stadium of Light again. But wow, the comments are coming in thick and fast. Thanks, Darren Diver, Jack Weed, Chris Smith, Rosie, Camaro, Mackham, Trevor Coleman, Billy Fly, Michael Atkinson, Charles Robert, Janet, Super Roker Raw, Trevor Coleman, Dragon Hunter, Julian, Andy Bett, Luty, Conrad, Tank, Greg Bucky, Colin Todd, Kingfisher, Janet, Rosie Laws, SJ for keeping us updated, and thanks for not spoiling it with any scores going in. I do appreciate it. John Dussaud, ref looks blah blah blah. Alan Gibbon says Merry Christmas everyone. Mandy Gray, get in, thanks for the stream, Matt and Cabby, all the best to you as well. Kingfisher says Well done, Sunderland. 3 points for Christmas. Thanks for the stream, Cabby. Have a good one, mate. Yeah, thanks for everybody as well. Yeah, but once again, it's been a second half show from Sunderland. Enjoy the holidays and be safe, says Chris Smith. You're welcome, Dougie. You're welcome indeed. That was good. That was good. We were dominant and we deserved the second half. Second half win. Second half performance. Once again, Job was top of getting out of the blocks. Second half, we did what we had to do straight away. We'll come out and we just got that goal back, and then it was so calm from Joe Bellingham, wasn't it? Great. You welcome, Jerry. All the best, mate. All the best to Dean SAFC. Dougie Stewart, thank you. Dale Boyd, have a good Christmas to you. Albert Denning, you welcome, mate. All the best. James B, Merry Christmas to you as well. Paka Andrew says, get in. You can do some singing tonight. And I was tuning into Packer's channel because he'll be streaming his FIFA. If you want to tune in to the Packer. Richard Newton says, Merry Christmas, Cabby. Good show from US Naval Base, Kuwait. Thank you, Richard Newton, mate. I hope you have a good Christmas. David Graham, tricky away trip to Blackburn on Boxing Day, then away to Stoke for the final game of 2024. Happy Christmas, Jingle Bell, says Northallerton. Cheers, Cabby, says Michael. Doug B says, yellow card heading out to dry cleaners. ALS, thanks, Cabby. Great service for We Exiled Mackems. Happy Christmas to you and yours. Same to you, ALS. Thanks for the stream. How are the lads, says Martin Lewis. Gary Hoyle says, happy days. Happy Christmas, everybody. Bring on Boxing Day. So there we go. What we were worried about first off. Jonathan Mark, you're welcome, mate. I just can't put my finger on why we'll come out the way we do first off. I really do. But it's full time that matters. And that scoreline means a lot. Well done, the lads, today. Stephen Lane, Matt and Cabby, thank God for that. We had to take a lot of physical stick once again. Merry Christmas to you and your family. Same to you, Stephen. Rosie Mia Carmore says, Jude, good boy, absolutely. Geordie Groundworker, Merry Christmas, Cabby, many thanks. You're welcome, Geordie, same to you. The Packer Andrew says, thanks for the shout out, no problem at all. Alan Ray, you're welcome, Alan. Happy Christmas to you, mate. Thanks for popping in. And it's mad, isn't it? Thanks, Colin. You're welcome, mate. Pop in any time. It's mad, isn't it, how a football result can just make your Christmas feel even better. You know, it's only sport at the end of the day, but when you're Sunderland, it's through and it's in your blood. It just makes Christmas feel all that much better, doesn't it, when your results going well. Thomas Mitchell, Merry Christmas, Cab. How are the lads? You're welcome, Thomas. Cheers, says Michael Oliver. Same to you. Great. Doesn't that look good for a Christmas present? We could take a photograph of that, screenshot, and hang it on the Christmas tree. So there we go then. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Everyone, thanks for tuning in and who's subscribed and who's liked the channel. You're welcome, Pixel Rich. All the best to you, mate. And I'll be doing a review of the match and a very, very funny alternative commentary coming up as well, which I look forward to doing them. And I might stick a Christmas film on tonight. David Knight, well done, the lads. All the best to you, Pixel Rich, as well, mate. Yeah, thanks for popping in. So I will end the stream, and but there'll be more videos coming. Don't get me wrong, there's be funny videos coming up tonight with the alternative commentary and the review. Cole Pemberton, you're welcome, mate. David Golightly, how are the lads? Hope everyone has a great Christmas. Hope you have a good Christmas. Same to you, David. All the best to Gary Hoyle. Dougie Stewart says, a cabbie is not just for Christmas but for life. It certainly is. Yeah, all the best, Pixel, mate. Absolutely. So, thanks for tuning in. Let's enjoy the win. Come on now, lads.